rebellion against corporatism, which is starting to sound way too close to reality. Then you have going into like BattleTech or Traveler. You have identities that we've attached to that, but you don't have that here, and therefore you gotta kind of choose what you're going to work with as your GM and throwing it out there. I know I'm just kind of spitballing, and this is because it's chaotic. Because I would love to run an epic where who is like it's just a better it would be a better way of doing it, but it wouldn't work in the idea of here's your game, here's your character, here's your class. You gain your XP points, you get your levels or your skill ranks, or you get new abilities. I that The epic exists only as a literary machine. It's a book, it's a story, it's a play. It's not a game. So I but when it all comes down to it is it's important to be able to know those so you can be a better GM when you're telling your story about, well, why doesn't Orcus know about the sword missing? And you're like, because shit happened, man. And well, why don't? And I'm like, you're all right. Time to go for questions. Well, he's a god. Yes and no. Yes, God, small g. um, and small g, he's not omnipotent. He doesn't sit there in a cloud in another dimension. He's got a physical form, physical body. He's here, and he has some powers and some sensing shit. He's pretty powerful. He could do some pretty crazy things, but he's still a person, and he's still an individual. Much like how Zeus can do a lot in Greek mythology, but he's not everywhere at all times.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of powers, and then this is where D&D's pantheons of domains come in. It's like, oh, it, the domain. Like, well, why didn't Sauron know where the ring is? And it's like, well, because he was trying. He was busy. He didn't have all his powers. When he got his powers, now mind you, this is also where people like he had multiple choice chances to get the ring back, and but author chose stupid. Author chose bad guy is dumb, and therefore bad guy is dumb. And yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
It's
I'm
fine.
sorry,
It's
I'm.
fine. I was just, I just realized that my fucking YouTube. No, I didn't have anything going on YouTube right now. So I'm like, shit, we've been broadcasting on Rumble for 14 minutes. So for my YouTube viewers, hey guys, how you doing? Yeah, sorry that you're late. Blame me. But I really, I really listen to people talk about, the games they play when I go to these stores, and a lot of them. The last time I was there, I didn't talk to anybody that was outside of the 5e sphere. Everybody was a 5e guy. So okay, fine, no big deal. If that's what you
Yeah,
want to play, that's what you want to play. But well, tell me about your game real quick. Give me 30 seconds. Why would a person want to play? And I couldn't hear any real reasons why they'd be fun to play. All I heard was, well, my character has this magic weapon, and the combo I do dot dot dot. I kept hearing shit like that. Talking about 7 or 8 gamers, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm completely done. So
yes,
when I went and finally saw a proprietor, I'm like, hey, how's it going? They're like, oh, not bad. How about you? I said, listen, uh, your adventure league, it sounds pretty stale. He's like, God, Bruce, you have no idea how many people got into it, and then after 2 or 3 sessions, they noped right out. I'm like, well, what are people playing? And he's like, well, they're not playing 5e. I'm like, okay, well, I just talked to like 8 people that are here, and they wanted to talk to me about their character, which it reminded me of the old World of Darkness days, where if you said, oh yeah, I like storyteller systems, next thing you know, you're there for 2 hours while somebody explains their chronicle to you, and you're bored to tears because like, no, this isn't the game I want to play. Whatever's going on with your world, that's great. I'm happy you love it. I don't want to hear it. Hey, Lloyd Christmas, Nerdy Ogre, and Hungar the Starvarian, they're here, along with our new friend Padre Algodon. Is that how I pronounce that? Padre Algodon. If I fuck that up, Padre, please forgive me. Okay, but uh, I really, I really miss the days where you did have some shared experiences where you would go into a game store and you'd talk about a module or an adventure series, and or maybe just like a set of novels that you all read together, or read at separate times, but you enjoyed them enough to keep those in memory. And I'm not seeing hearing that a lot. In fact, when I went to Night Watch Games like a month ago, nobody had really read a book. There was one out of 12 people that they had an audiobooks, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I get it. You drive a lot. I drive a lot. I do like audiobooks and listening to movies and such, but it was very weird to see that happen where I think we're kind of at this shifting point on our gaming generations, and I want to know how this kind of ends. Will we have a mass exodus from what we currently have and run back towards the age of intellectualism? Where kids are reading a lot more Jose Farmer stories and getting into Terry Goodkind and shit like that, or is that time frame over with? Are we now just stuck with Adventure Time and anime? And who's Theseus? Who's Theseus? I have no idea. Why do you keep asking about Theseus?
I
I
have
Go ahead.
I have a theory on that. I think it's because the fact that, in terms for the West, the reason why we're seeing the shift towards either
God damn it! Restream again. You break my heart. Okay.
okay, back now. My theory on this really comes and revolves around two things. One, we are going, like you're seeing, people going back to into the old epics. They are enjoying the classics, but not the 20th century the things that we think are classics. And they're going back to older books because, well, they exist and they're actually interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And or you're seeing new stories happening coming out of the East, but you're seeing what amounts to where we're at today as kind of we've gone stale because we don't know how to end anything. Either we end it too fast because the corporations just kill it. So you gotta try to squeeze everything into 10 episodes, and then it dies, and then it gets murdered because you gotta wait 3 years for the next installment for 10 episodes, and it's just over. Or we rehash the same characters for almost 100 years now. We don't know how to end anything. There's nothing. There's no new. It's kind of where I made the comment of, if I had to ask you which version of Batman we're talking about, there's a problem. Which
version of Batman are you discussing? I can completely hear exactly what we're talking about here, and he's absolutely right. There was a discussion that was going on not long ago, and we were talking about the various Jokers, and somebody mentioned the Joker from 2008, The Dark Knight. Somebody mentioned the Joker from 1989 Batman. And then somebody mentioned the Joker from, and that was me. I mentioned the Joker that was Cesar Romero. And so I was curious, as to why there's been four people posting. Nobody talked about Cesar Romero yet. I love Cesar Romero. I think he's a great Joker.
Yeah.
And about 5 or 7 posts within 3 minutes happened, and somebody finally comes in, nobody's mentioned Jared Leto yet. And I'm like, he was the Joker, and I guess he has been. But there's not been a Batman film really since The Dark Knight Rises that I wanted to see.
And and the thing here is that when you mention going into a store and talking about a book, the problem here is that for the longest time, for the last couple of decades now, comic books have been the the modern mythology. But they've been but I've watched in the last 2 decades, you know, where they've just rebooted universes left and right.
Mm.
In my lifetime, I've watched universes be reset numerous times. Storylines are now tossed out left and right to the point where we argue about which take of a version of a character we're going to talk about. Meanwhile, when we talk about an epic, you only got one version of that. You have a few translation differences, but you know who Odysseus is. You know who Achilles is. That person exists. You don't need to go, is it the 1930s version, the 40s version, the 60s version, the 80s version? Is it the animated series version, the DC animated universe version? Is it the Bruce Timm version? Is it the Black Label version? Is it the Dark Knight from the comic books? Or is it the movie versions or all of this other shit? You have an inferior culture where there's no unified point to be able to say, this is it. Now, meanwhile, if you look over across why anime and why manhwas and why the Chinese animes are popular, because they could go 20 years telling a story and it's one story. There's no argument over which version it is. There might be a little bit of argument of, is this filler or is this movie canon? But for the most part, it's one story from an author. You can actually watch it. If it goes 12 episodes or 24 episodes, it's a story. It's self-contained and it ends. If the novels end, cool. You can read the novels if the series ends. You could get in, but you now know there might be a slight variation between the light novels to the manga to the anime. But you can now know that except for some variations, there's probably at most 2 versions and a little bit of arguing, but people can go, okay, I see where the deviation occurred from source material to adaptation. But you have a wide variety of stories that covers everything from sports to supernatural to murder mystery.
No. Okay.
Is Snowmageddon affecting them or what?
I think
No, I'm perfectly okay. Everything's running just fine over here. It's Restream that's just dumping me out every 2 seconds. But
that's kind of how, as much as I love it, I hate the fact that every time I open up the studio for Rumble, it always boots me out. So
yeah, but like I said, I'm just going to come back to my case in point of we in the West don't have shit that gets adapted well. The only way you're going to get a good story that ever ends is maybe a novel series, but then we have authors who don't know how to fucking end shit, and then the adaptations are bad. So, but at least you know that if you read a Harry Dresden novel series, it's Dresden. You know it's fucking Butcher the whole way through, and it's going to be a fun story. The thing is that Hollywood doesn't adapt that shit. The mass market, the TVs, the adaptations put on Netflix, the things that are going to get people's eyeballs going aren't going to be fucking adapting it right. So people are fleeing away from the Western and the American Western culture because, well, we went corporate, and corporate is a soulless, useless husk. And that's why whenever I hear anyone talk about, it's like, hey, I want to play a superhero game, I check out because I know that no, we have no idea there's no common ground. There's no central point anymore because we've atomized it and marketed it. it's now so diluted that it has no value anymore because nobody has a clue. I would rather go play a game, like I'll play Star Wars, but it'll be like West End games. I'll play Traveler. I might I'll play The Expanse. I'll play a Battlestar Galactica role playing game because all of those are what it is. But if you come in to
What's
say
Battlestar Galactica?
Battlestar Galactica, that is literally a military space drama. That is a flight to escape to escape the fact that the home worlds are being destroyed. You're looking for a lost home. It is the quest to find Earth. It is that's a better. I will watch Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
I will play a BSG role playing game because at least then okay, you could be from one of the 12. Here's 12 colonies. You're part of the survivor fleet. You're being drafted onto the Battlestar. You're making your way with the fleet. You know that there's going to be no supplies, no parts. We're fighting for everything, trying desperation and against impossible odds. Going for an unknown hope. That is a far better story than. Well, today we're fighting Bob. Bob's got mecha arms. And then we've reestablished the status quo. BSG, the status quo is we're not dead. We're still and we didn't die. If you play The Expanse, status quo is simply the ship keeps flying. Traveler, status quo is the ship keeps flying and you're at least going through the Imperium. You're probably dealing with the fall of the Imperium or the fifth Frontier Wars or 100 other problems. Traveler's fantastic. Battletech, you're dealing with with so much things that can go wrong, and there's just so much to do. But there's a timeline, and it's moving forward, and there's interesting, focused parts, and you're pushing towards something, even if it is just a paycheck and getting enough parts to move on to the next world. But the thing is that when I play BattleTech, the argument I get is what era we're playing in. I'm not having to have an argument over which universe are we, which world are we in, which universe are we in, are we post this one, which version of what are we talking about? No, a Warhammer is a Warhammer, and that in 3058 we get an updated version that's got plasma rifles. Hell yeah. And that's where we're pushed through. And I don't have to have I don't need 5 people giving me 5 different versions of Batman to have a conversation about Batman. I just need to go, it's Battletech, it's during the Star League era. Okay, we're narrowing it down to the Unification Wars. Okay, we're dealing it with the Periphery Rebellion. Boom. Now we have an exact year. We know what's going on. We can all tell a good story. If I'm telling a story set in Rome, I can at least go, what year is it? Oh, it's 38 BC. Okay, so we're in the era post Punic Wars. We're in with this other things. I can at least go, boom, thing happens. If I say 500 BC, 1500 BC, okay, Trojan War is happening. The first fall of this is happening. We now have a common point to look at and have a debate, and not simply go, I don't know, which version of Star Wars are we talking about? The Disney or the prequels? Okay, we've diluted we've ruined Star Wars like we've ruined superheroes in the West because we don't have a unified story anymore.
Well, as much as I hate Disney Star Wars, no, there is a unified story. It's from episode 1 to whatever episode with the I'm all of it, Disney included. I'm including Disney with this. All right, it is a unified story. It starts with young Anakin Skywalker,
and it runs
now
through Palpatine winning. Palpatine's daughter winning. Yeah.
Now the there might be some inconsistencies, a lot of inconsistencies in there, but by and large, Star Wars is a unified story, beginning, end, and
and
whatever last show that they had, and it's the
and
same thing, and it's the same thing with with Battlestar Galactica. It's like you have the original Battlestar Galactica and this last
Mhm.
one that they tried to pump out, which I never saw, but I was told was garbage.
Eh,
Um,
honestly, though, it's
it's
like
two different versions of the same story.
now,
You're
and the thing here is that okay,
you're talking about genre. Whenever you're going on about this, all I'm hearing is genre. It's like you don't like the superhero genre.
I don't.
Well, I mean that's fine, but it doesn't have anything to do with a unified story because
But I
there is a unified story. It's like okay, let's. I want to play. I talked you into playing a superhero game. Okay, what are we playing? Let's just hypothetical
all
here.
right,
Hypothetical. Calm down. Calm down.
all right.
Breathe in. Okay, I talked you into playing a superhero. We're playing DC. Okay, what are we talking like 1960s Batman? Are we talking about the was it the '89 Batman with
Jack Nicholson and Michael
Jack
Keaton.
Nicholson? Yeah, with Jack Nicholson. Or are we talking about the Dark Knight trilogy? Okay, well, let's go with Dark Knight trilogy. I like the Dark Knight trilogy. You said if I remember correctly, you just said you were okay with the Dark Knight trilogy. So let's go. Okay, so there is Okay, so now we have Pitt. Now there is a unified story. There is a point of origin. There's a beginning and there's an end. It within that particular universe.
Yeah,
Now, now if you want to talk about which is better, that's subjective. And that's all. That's a different conversation altogether.
it
But
is.
in in game terms, whenever I say, "Hey, let's play a superhero based in Gotham, the Dark Knight trilogy." All right. So
Thing is that
now we have what you're wanting. A unified storyline. We have the beginning, we have the middle, we have the end. Literally trilogy.
now here's the only problem. Most of the role playing games aren't built for that. There's too much of that shit. That's just I get like so you can. So I want to run. I run a game which goes from everything from Golden Age to whatever the hell the modern stuff is, and there's no unified thing. Then you have people like me who go, I, I want to play. I want to play hell. Like I want to play, like Doc Fate. I want to play Doc Strange. I want to play the or I want to play Constantine. I want to play in those like I want to play in the more interesting, esoteric, out there characters who do interesting things and deal with really cool concepts. The problem here is that every time I ever dealt with superhero dorks, I had to deal with. Well, it's going to be the Titan spandex crowds. It's going to be I shoot fireballs from my fingertips. I fly around. I've got super strength, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is I call me when we do something interesting. I don't see interesting from it. The fact that that it takes having to narrow down, like at least when I say Star Wars, I can at least say, is it pre Disney, post Disney? At least when I say Battlestar Galactica, is it the redone version, or which had a lot of cool shit in it, or the original, which got canceled too soon? And let's not talk about 81. At least the amount of work necessary to tell a cool story to get behind that can get people to go, this is really good, is so much easier than trying to go, oh, but we're gonna go pull something from All Stars, Superman All Stars, or we're gonna pull from this other series or this other one, or or we're gonna deal with the crossover universe. It's now way too getting too complex, and then we're just gonna reset the universe and then bring all the shit that was bad back into it with the reboot. And then I'm just like, and now right, like when you come in, it's a genre for me that has no appeal because it's so vast, and because the moment we start talking about anything involving it, somebody's going to come in, drop into the conversation, and go, "Well, well, so and so had such power in this era of book, but that didn't get." And I'm like, I don't care. Look, I just want to play a wizard. Okay, I want to play a wizard who's made some fucking dad deals. That's where I want to be. I I don't even give a shit about well, you won't. Why are you even playing this game? Good question. Why am I playing in this game? Oh, I could do something else with my time. I I don't want to read it, and obviously from the sales figures, nobody wants to read it at all anymore, or very, very few people are reading it anymore. And when they do read it, I think it's more hate reading, and because the conversations aren't very positive about the current genre, the way it's read, the way it's shown, the way it's produced in for TV or for movies or in games. It's popular. People love the characters, but we have arguments over about how it's done and how it's portrayed. Meanwhile, I would like to have a something else with my time. The characters I want to do are not this. Why aren't we telling good stories anymore? Because we only have two people who are making anything anymore, and we only have Disney and Warner Brothers who are making shit anymore. And well, the well they're drawing upon is dry. It is now the only way we're going to tell an interesting new story with a character, because we can't end a story, we can't kill a character, we can't move on and take a risk and tell a new story that could be interesting, is no. Now, Batman fell off a staircase, broke his back, and now he can't do it. So now but he's running things from the background in the shadows. Oh, the Joker turned out to be good, and he's actually a lawyer now, and he's prosecuting Batman. Oh, Superman? No, we gotta do something weird with Superman now. We gotta tell this. Do something else. No. We just gotta tell all these stories about this. I don't care anymore. I want a story to end. End. I want to read something new, something. Give me a new take. I don't care if it's a new story on a different take on superheroes or a new character. I would rather read a new one. I know that's risky.
That's
People
the
might
problem.
not like that. People might not read that shit. But I would rather read about superpowered vampire hunters who are fighting in an apocalyptic universe where the vampires won, and they're using demon powers to fight vampires. That's cool. New story. I'm now hooked for 24 episodes. Why didn't we do more of it? No one liked it. Okay, cool. Now I can figure out, as a storyteller and as for a gamer, write my own shit. Figure out hey, cool. This is how I think after the end of the series that kept on going. Hey, I want to hear about this cool concept, or this universe, or this take on something. I want to have fun reading somebody else's creativity. I don't want to read about some weird fucking asshole writing a useless story for someone's 2400th variation on Batman to tell me a story that I really probably don't give a shit about. So that way I can read through a 5-issue miniseries to find the 2 pages that are actually worth reading.
Yeah.
And then walk away and go, wow, I had to read 120 pages to find 3 panels that were actually thought-provoking. And the rest of it all is just navel-gazing and the usual, is Batman drawn super buff? Or is he only just buff? Is he muscular? Or is he wearing a funny Russian hat in this comic book series? Does Batman drive a jet car, or does he drive a jet ATV that also fires motorcycles? Is he fighting the Joker, who's doing Joker things? Oh, what's the Joker's gimmick this time? Does he use Joker things? Yes. Okay, cool. We're doing Joker things. And how, like, are we playing the Bat Squad, Bat Family thing, or are we going to focus on the Bat Lesbian? Or, or the 14th Robin we've got? Is this the good Robin, the original Robin, the Robin who's actually a murderer who died but might not have? Or is it his psychopathic son? Or are we in the future dealing with the clone of Batman who's now Batman because the world needs Batman? Or are we dealing with Spider-Man?
My favorite Batman movie is a Batman where there's like nothing but Batman all over the earth, and they just like use their Batman and their Bat helicopter and like the Bat ladder, and they just go around doing Batman things.
Right.
And I can't wait for my grandma to buy me like all the toys from Kenner, because there's going to be so many toys off this movie. I saw at least 17 items in the 30-second trailer that it looks like Batman's going to be using, and they're going to find a way to monetize it to where I have to have all the Bat stuff. Otherwise, I'm not as cool as the other kids at school.
And the other thing here is that I'm picking on DC because to pick on Marvel is to pretty much, well, they're already the invalid retard child. You don't need to pick on Marvel anymore. They've already done it to themselves. You can't keep beating them up. They're already fucking incompetent.
Khy, I want to hear what Ogre has to say real quick.
Sorry.
I apologize.
But you're operating under you're going under the assumption that it's possible to tell a new story. It's not. It's not possible. They've all been told. There's not a news story out there to tell. There's just a different way to tell it.
Yes and no. Yes, you're right. Every story has been told, but you can tell a better version of a story and a more interesting version of a story. Yes, I've seen 100 isekais. It doesn't mean I don't want to see a new take on the idea. There are new ways that aren't familiar or not common. To just say there's no new stories, then why are we doing anything?
Well, because there's new ways of telling the stories. Okay, now I agree. It gets kind of dated, seeing the Waynes walking in the alley, a shadowy figure steps out, bam, bam. Okay, Batman's born. Okay,
yeah,
but and I agree with you on to some degree. I do agree with you. It's like, okay, let's tell a story where Batman's poor. What if he actually grew up in the Satan's armpit or whatever that alley was called, whatever that side of town was called?
Is that really still Batman at that point? The thing here is that I want. No one's going like the people who are going to publish books and write the comics and do everything and push out the media who are going to license this stuff aren't going to do Batman poor. They're not. Someone else is going to have to go poor vigilante who's a masked man tell a different take, a new story. Yes, it is a masked vigilante fighting people who's being poor, but we also already have superheroes who have that. You don't have to put the Batman motif on it. There's already, you could tell if the story is good, you don't need to put the motif on an existing motif on it. If you can tell a good vigilante story about a poor man who fights crime and who suffered tragedy and fights crime and does things while being poor, do you need to slap Batman on it? No. It could be a good enough story on its own. It could stand on its own. Why don't we tell a story that's worth standing on its own? But we're cowards. were worthless. We slap a, another variation of Batman on it because we don't have enough guts to say, can I can I tell a story about a normal man who fights crime in the shadows as a vigilante? Well, obviously, it's a good enough story that you thought about it. Try to tell it. But instead, we're cheap. We cowered out and we go, no, no, he calls himself the Batman. Well, has Batman ever existed before in that universe? No, this is a different universe where Batman is poor. And he's a super smart poor man who punches people and fights crime and somehow manages to not get caught. Cool. That's a really neat idea. Let's just, does it have to be Batman? If you're DC, yes, it has to be Batman. Well, what if Superman was born in Russia? In Soviet Russia?
Okay, but here's my thing. You keep saying that need to tell new interesting stories,
Yes,
and so they do, and you're kind of dumping on them.
because they're cowards. Because
But they're doing
not
what
telling
you
a new
said.
story.
They're telling a story. It's like, what if Superman landed in Russia instead of
And
Jesus?
the first time we heard it, that was cool and revolutionary. Now we go back to the well. Somebody in the 80s told that story already. There's no need to go back to the well. If you can, you don't need to retell a story a second time. Well, now it's well, what if we what if we crash Superman into a rich neighborhood and he was raised by rich people? Look, it's congratulations. We've already told every story about Superman. He already has every power. If we want to, he already has everything. He can already do everything. Why are we bothering to read this shit? I I don't need this crap. I can I've got plenty of books to read that have interesting people who do interesting things and have fun stories. I I can read 5 different variations of the novel of it's the end of the world. People get together and they fight hard and they get through it by being a team, by being cooperative. But each one does a different, but it's not the same characters in every book. They're not in the same situation in every book. It's not, the end doesn't happen the same in every novel. I don't need to hear 14 versions of Stephen Smith goes out and does, from same starting point, go back and do something. I'm happy that Watchmen exist. I'm happy that miniseries existed. I'm glad it was influential. No need to go back to the well. It's done. Cool. That was a self-contained story that influenced a lot of people. Cool. But now we're in this weird state where I don't care anymore. Like, oh no, Doctor Doom isn't Doctor Doom. It's actually an alternate universe version of, okay, I'm out. Goodbye. I don't care about Avengers Doomsday now. Why? Because it's not Doctor Doom. It's not Doctor Doom. It's an alternate universe version of Stark. Congrats. You couldn't tell a good one. You just went with something weird. Cool. You couldn't tell anything interesting with it. You just got lazy, and now we're here. I'm done. I don't want to deal with that. And I don't care. Why is the West? What story are we producing that's actually good anymore? That will actually hold 250,000 people who will read the book, who will watch the series. We don't have 250,000 people. Like, you could look at the sales and go 15,000, 30,000 people are buying a comic. And that's the best we can do, guys. 30,000 people. Your time has passed. When you can look at other sales where the sales are 300, 400, 150, 300, 400,000 in just the US alone, and go, their stories are resonating because, it's another story about demon people who are fighting their evil urges and are doing good things despite their evil causes, and then there's evil people who are trying to tell them to give in. You could give into that, but 150,000 people are buying every single volume that comes out every single month. That story resonates more. Has that story? Is that story impossible to understand? Yeah, but it's resonating. And the thing is, that story will end, and then we'll get a new story, and people will read that. Is it really new? No, but maybe they want to watch us. Maybe they want to read a story about, hey, this is an alternate universe where Gilgamesh is best friends with King Arthur, and they're fighting wizards. Well, shit, I'm up for that one. Why? Because it's different. It's an interesting take. And I know that one's going to run for maybe 2 years, and then that story will end, and maybe they'll do a spin-off comic, a spin-off series, and I'll read that one, and it will last, and it'll be interesting. But I don't need to have 400 versions. Well, it's Gilgamesh. Okay, cool. It's a new take on Gilgamesh in the modern day, and his best friends with a modern day version of Merlin. Fuck. Okay, I'm on board with this one. Or hey, we teleported Zhuge Liang from the Three Kingdoms period and threw him into a back alley of a Japanese pop music district. Yeah, sure. That's just King Arthur. It's a reverse isekai. We're pulling a guy through time, and now he's in a modern day, and he decides that he wants to be a DJ and help a girl out so she can become a popular rock star. He gets to leave his life of being a warrior general behind, and he's now a band manager. That's a cool story. It's weird, it's new, it's different. I want to read that more than I want to read about poor Batman who uses guns and punches people in an alleyway and somehow still saves the world from crazy psychopaths and dimensional villains because he's still somehow best friends with an Amazon, a space empire, a space god, and a guy from Mars who's also best friends with a cowboy, and they go fight bad guys together, and the bad guys will come back in 10 issues. Don't worry about it. But we killed him. No, he's not really dead. He's just going to come back in in 2 years. We'll bring him back, and because that's what we do. And why? Oh no, I'm actually from an alternate universe, and the actual version that you killed fell through time, and he got rescued by psycho-cybernetic space clowns, and they gave him zero insanity energy, and then he comes back more powerful than ever. And they're going to have psycho battles now, and you're like, what the fuck am I reading at this point? But that's okay, because if it gets too crazy, the universe had a collapse that involved magic-powered rings and lanterns, so now the entire universe is reset. A crazy guy with a gauntlet set the universe over. Now it's all. You didn't read anything that you heard. No. We didn't have a civil war 10 years ago. That's completely. It was all space shapeshifters. What the fuck am I reading? Oh, and also, I was the ultimate main villain, but now I'm a power armor wearing space wizard who's turned good, and now I'm the ultimate good guy. Oh wait, what? And my best friend, she's also a villain, and she's now the head teacher of the school of people who fought her because she reformed. For now, until the space meteor being held up by somebody will decide to do something strange, and his daughter has a migraine and resets the entire universe because she had a bad day one day, and then the devil showed up, and then he said the universe needs to be reset, and oh my fucking god, just end the story, just end this. Yeah, yes, and 100 Women are reading Minotaur porn right now, or they're reading about interesting weird interesting, weird novels that involve, werewolves and vampires and other weird supernatural crap. Or their best friend is a fallen god who is trying to hide from the fact that the other gods are actually the reincarnations of other gods, and that the universe has been resetting itself, and that the god who's now hiding in her living room is trying to not reset the universe, because even though he is the god of destruction, he doesn't want to destroy the universe because he kind of likes this world. And meanwhile, everybody else is going, "You got to do your job and end the world." But I like this world. This world's kind of nice, and but it's your destiny, and it's now 8 books long, and it's kind of fun. And but because but they actually put some romance into it. Or I'm a wizard who gets beaten up, but I'm friends with fairies, wizards, devils, demons, vampires, and angels, and I have a floating skull as a skull. Fuck yeah. I'm glad we're now in the last 3 books, because that book series is cool, but it needs to end. And it's going to have an ending. Unlike a certain fat fuck who's writing a fantasy series who's just banking off HBO for the last goddamn 20 years and won't finish his damn fucking books. Or we have to wait until a guy dies before the book series finally ends. Wheel of Time. But those are self-contained. Like, I don't need I just need one good adaptation and we're good. But do I need I'm okay with other heroes going on heroes' journeys, doing heroic things, but I don't need. This is an alternate version of Rand, who is also still I'm still the chosen one. He's still a dragon reborn, but he's a crappier version of the dragon reborn, because the real dragon reborn, the real Tabarin of all time, is actually his girlfriend. She's actually a dragon reborn. He just doesn't realize it yet, and she's the one who's going to get the sword that isn't a sword, and gets to go do all the cool things, because this is a quirky retelling of it, and he's a support character now. And I'm like, I don't need that version. I already have that version. I don't need to retell Star Wars. I could set a story in the Star Wars universe, but I would prefer to never see any of the main characters, because it's a vast galaxy, and you could have stories in which you never have to actually. Because I live in the U.S., it's a very big country. I can go around and have a life full of adventures and never see someone from New York. I will never see any of the power players in New York because I'm having an adventure in the Midwest, and everybody in New York flies over Peoria, and so I can have a Star Wars story in the margins. I could tell a Wheel of Time story in that universe because it's a very big universe. It's a very big continent. You can enjoy that.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, Crafty. Why not? He said, "Love in Deep Space." Good God, why? Why not?
Why not? I've read a few of those, and there's some pretty awesome. There's a really awesome book series I've read that it's mostly a space adventure series, but it's about a bunch of space merchants who aren't that bad off. They're in an armed spaceship. They're having adventures in space. One of them's a flunked out Navy fighter ace, but it's gone on for quite a number of years. It's been a fantastic book series, and it's got romance in it. Why? Because, well, two people, they go through life. They love each other. It's fantastic. But I don't need to have. But if the author was to go in and reset that entire universe and start all over, I would feel upset and sad, and I would hate it, because I've already invested 12 books into that series, and decades of my life reading it to have it reset. Well, now I can tell a whole new story with the same characters. No, tell a different story. Write new characters having new adventures in that same universe. Because I have authors I like who after 3 books they stop. That universe is done. That story is done, or it may go on further 6, 9, 12 books, but every 3 books they change gears and they tell a different story
I'll be
with
right
different
back.
characters in the same universe or in a related universe that has some crossover, but never will the 2 lines meet, but it's a familiar universe. You can do that, but they won't reset the universe and go, well, we're going to go back to Dina Book 1, Universe 2. Because if we want to go back to when Dina wasn't yet really powerful yet, because we want to tell a new story that involves something different, but we want to use the same characters, same powers, same starting points, same origins, same everything, but now we're going to go in a different direction. No. Fuck, god damn it. No.
Well,
And
if you're going in a different direction, you're not using everything the same.
but you've started at the exact same point. Same characters, same situations, same powers, same abilities, and you've just gone in a different. Oh no, they went left instead of right, and now they have a whole different set of adventures. But the thing is that, well, why couldn't you have just had the guy next to them go off on all those adventures? When when Hero turned left and went off to go do their 8 books, somebody could have gone right and had their own adventures. A new person.
In between the story.
Was that?
The story in between the story.
Yeah, but you don't need to have the characters that you've already established. The problem with the West is with our Western writers is that they don't know how to make an interesting character. They can only steal from people who were creative 40 years ago. Somebody 80 years ago was creative. Someone 40 years ago was creative. Someone 30 years ago was creative. And now you have incompetent people who take somebody else's work and make a shitty version of it. Look at the most recent Star Trek. It's a joke. It's an absolute fucking joke because they can't create something new. Or when they do, it's terrible.
I have not had any motion to want to watch a Star Trek for probably anything past Enterprise since probably 2015.
Yeah.
The last movie, what was Beyond?
Yeah.
That was the last huzzah for Star Trek for me because we said goodbye to Nimoy and we said goodbye to Anton, and they were okay. They weren't great. There was very little to really love or enjoy with that movie or that series of movies because it was just one unpacking of, oh well, this is a mystery box. This is garbage, and that's all it was. Just repeat, wash, rinse, repeat.
And Disco did that. Disco took everything you liked and then made it worse. It retold it. Strange New Worlds retold it. And now we're looking at Academy, and Academy took everything and went, remember that thing you liked? Now it's worse. And
oh my god, they have a female Jim Hadar.
She's half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar, who's also in a lesbian relationship with
Oh, I assume that they're all. I assume that they're all in a lesbian relationship. Even the guys.
Right. And don't worry, you have a Klingon gardener, the half Jem'Hadar, half Klingon, who's also out of shape, and just this general feeling of, like, I understood Scotty being out of shape in the movies because he was an older man at retirement, and he was also your chief engineer, and he ain't firing the guy who makes the warp drives work. Oh man, he can't. he can't pass physicals. He's in his goddamn 60s. Back the fuck off.
And he was never a spring chicken in any of the media. He was always the older guy. He'd been there, he'd done that. He had seen action. And the
Yeah.
guy, he wasn't like a real infantry guy. He was always a thinker. He was always the guy that could, build the super device that would fix the problem. He was the pre-Wesley Crusher. He never got to touch that really, but he was the one that would always fix the problem. And if you allowed him to, he would do it. And it was good, but he was always the guy that just seemed to, like, when there was a problem, he was one of the cooler heads. He would help prevail, and it was always nice to see him do his thing. And then whenever Simon Pegg took over in 2009, I didn't really like seeing Simon Pegg play Scotty at such a young age. I know Scotty was a young man at one point. I didn't need to see that. I don't need to see him get his chops busted. No, I need him to be the mentor for Kirk, Spock, and the others that are so fucking immersed in their youth, like Sulu or Chekhov especially. And that's what I needed from Scotty.
And Travis, you are right. It is the licensing problem. It is because of the fact that you had people like Lucas or who ran off with the licensing and made money that isn't going to the companies. And I'm actually kind of liking the fact that we are entering into the final stages of the decline of the mega corporations, where they're just milking, and then you can see in the cracks, in the crevices, new storytellers, new artists, new groups coming together and pooling tiny amounts of money to make really big things, kind of like how they did it in the past. And I like the new takes. I like the idea of somebody telling a story from what if an AI stole people? Yeah, that's been a common theme in other lore in other stories in the past. But this one's going into psychological horror and existential crisis stuff. I also like, but I'm also someone who kind of liked one of my favorite shows is The Good Place. That one spent four seasons discussing philosophy about the afterlife, and that one's that one's following after Lost, but did it so much better because it wasn't J.J. Abrams behind it. It was a bunch of philosophy majors putting out an interesting take on something. There are people who are putting out comics and making small short cartoons, and they're doing the labor and putting it out. Is it going to be as big as the 80s, Toy Blitz cartoons? No, because nobody's got that kind of money, and Mattel and Hasbro aren't throwing money at people anymore to make multimedia blitzes. But instead, you're seeing people who are going, we're going to make the money in the margins, the margins that we've forgotten about, and they're the people who are going to write the new RPG modules. They're going to write the books that are going to be the games that people want to play after we're gone, because we're not going to be around forever. We're getting old. We're in our late 40s and 60s, late 40s and 50s. I mean, we're not all of us talking heads who do these shows. We're not the fucking people who are doing anything. We're not the ones who are buying licensed books. We're not buying modules. We're not the ones reading the comic books. Or if we are reading the comics, it's out of fucking tradition. And we're old. We're dying. We're not. Our cultural influence is waning, and we're on our way out. We should just recognize that. Now, can we make a great go of it before we go? Fuck yeah! Burn out, burn great. If there's anything that Gen X should have taught us all, is that it's like go hard, burn out, leave a good corpse. Well, unfortunately, we didn't die early enough, so we're going to leave some fat, ugly corpses behind. But we can still burn out as we go, burn bright as we go out. but instead we're also the loser generation that is shackled to corporations. We're okay with licensed filth being shoved down our throats, and people are rejecting it.
I think the big problem is that we're not getting a lot of creators who are actually fighting for the soul of what they've created. And by that I mean, look at Sylvester Stallone, Rocky. He pitched the idea. He went to one studio. They said, "Yeah, we like it. We'll buy it. Here's money." He's like, "Cool. I want to direct and star in it." No.
What?
Okay.
No.
Secondly, here's less money, but we'll let you be in. We'll let you. I want to direct it. I want to star in it. No. By the end, by the time it got down to where he could sell it, he was getting paid virtually nothing, and the bulk of what he did make, he spent tracking down his dog that he sold so he could eat to buy him back. And so whenever he was pitching Rocky, he fought for the heart and soul of Rocky. And I saw in the interview somebody asked me, like, if there was one Rocky movie, Rocky Five, he's like, there's that you didn't like, it was Rocky Five. For some reason, I forget which one. That was the one where
Tommy Gunn.
Tommy the Machine Gun. He didn't really like that one, but I mean, and so much, like even with Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling had some degree of influence over what was there, and it just I don't think we're getting that anymore. I don't think we're just getting people, they create something and it's good and they sell it for money, and I mean, then don't get me wrong, I am free market capitalism all the way, and that's, it's like you should get money for what you do, but to some degree, as a creator, you have to say, no, that's not my vision. I want my vision out there, and you have to, and you'd have to be willing to sacrifice for your vision. And I don't think we're getting a lot of that. I think nowadays we just get people who they don't have a vision. They have an agenda. They have politics. It's just politics.
The message.
Yeah,
They sell out. Let's be honest. It's about sell out. You write enough to make your money, then you sell it to the corporations. The corporations have the message, but by this point, you got your cash. What the fuck do you care about? You walk away. You go do something else.
exactly. And you just you just, I mean, and like I said, we're just not there aren't enough creators out there, or maybe they are and they're just not getting, they're just not being able to get their vision out there because there's so many people, so many other people willing to sell out. And so maybe they're out there, and I think that's what I think is a good thing with the internet and AI these days, is like you get somebody with the you get somebody who has a great story to tell, and he meets up with somebody who's good with creating AI content, and boom, you've got a YouTube series. You can make your own. You can make your own show and tell your story, beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, and that's actually, there's an entire studio of actual independents who are creating their own thing, and like I like Glitch. Glitch is a a great example of they do work a little bit with A24, but A24 is also an independent studio, and Glitch is entirely putting out. They're slow in their release because they realize, well, we're independents. We're paying independents to produce episode by episode, but they're actually putting out really, really out there, interesting concepts that you wouldn't see put out by Netflix or Amazon or WB or Disney, because, well, they don't care. Like, these guys don't, like, they have a whole marketing push. So when they put something out, they do come out with merchandise, and they fund themselves entirely on the merchandise and a little bit of advertisement, but not much advertising. It's entirely fan supported. The fans are the ones who, we buy merch so they can produce more episodes. And Glitch is, one of the Glitch stories is again a bunch of people trapped inside an AI, enduring existential dread and torture in this system. It's a really cool story. I yes, I love the fact that Cavill nearly sank the entire Amazon Warhammer thing because he wasn't going to budge on Amazon's desire to change things.
Their
No,
politics for Amazon Witcher were shit.
yeah. But the thing is that the writers had control. The thing is that the Warhammer universe, the Warhammer project by Cavill's very hardcore into saying, no, we're going to be true to the lore. And Amazon's like, no, we're going to change shit. And then Cavill was like, no. And it nearly went to the deadline where it sank the entire project because Cavill put his foot down. Now, we're going to see if he managed to actually resist Amazon bullshit, because we haven't seen it yet. But hey, there's hope. Cavill cares. I prefer people who care. But the thing is that we don't have, like, you have to almost be independent and not serve Wall Street to produce an independent, a high quality book or a high quality product. I mean, you're not going to see anything come out of Paizo or Wizards of the Coast because they are bought and sold and traded companies. I mean, you can buy stock in them. They have boards. They have a fiduciary duty to make maximized profits. So they're going to churn out low quality, low effort slop for low quality, low effort gamers. And most gamers are pretty low effort, low quality people. They're not the world's smartest. They're not going to use every goddamn tool you give them. You can give them a goddamn Craftsman or Snap-on truck full of tools, and they won't know what to do with 3 or 4 circuits. They're going to go back and play theirs and wait for somebody else to vomit, like a mama bird, vomit out some fucking lore for you. You play through your thing, you play your game, you get your little reward, and then you go off. And if your GM ever stops and goes, what are you doing? What is your motivation? And then watch your players watch those players stare at you and go, my character is a fighter. I have nothing more. And I just am like, we're never going to see anything coming from any of them because they've got no reason to bother. They have a captured audience. They're going to churn out maximum profits. They're going to churn out some splat shit. It ain't gonna fucking work. It doesn't fit anything else. It's overpowered. It has to be creeping. Then we're gonna get a new edition because guess what? We're about to get 6th edition D&D. It's looming in the next year. WotC was like, no. 5.5 is not 5.5. It's updated 5th, and there's totally not going to be a 6th edition. And here comes 6th edition. We're going to have it's here it comes again. Because it's too unwieldy. Now it's crap. We don't have quality control. It's just vomiting trash. And here we are again, doing this all fucking over. Again. Oh no, my work is too hard to fix. Reset. And now we're back to reset. I love Exalted, but I hate Exalted 3rd edition. I love it. It's a great game engine, but I hate it because it's so different. It threw everything out and started over. I don't want to start over. I want to keep going. I want to keep playing. I want to keep enjoying the universe that I'm in. Why
I
start this over?
I have my own loves. I have my own desires for my games, and the more James has brought in some $10, and you didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. I will put that towards my Hyperborea complete print purchase because Hyperborea is the third edition we never got.
Okay.
It's somebody who loved second edition and said, I'm going to write a game that's a lot like second, but it's going to have a little more to it. And if you ever listen to James, you hear all the loves, the love coming out of his mouth towards Hyperborea. Don't say anything about Baptism of Fire. He'll be like, my players don't want to play that. They want to play Hyperborea. Okay, whatever. But this is a DP, a down payment for Hyperborea. Thank you, James. Didn't have to do that. Thank you. We will be doing a purchase of a lot of stuff here in the next year. Hyperborea, everything Kevin Crawford, Worlds Without Number, Streets Without Number, Worlds Without, or not Worlds. Yeah, I'm drinking. Okay. Worlds Without Number, Streets Without Number, Cities Without Number, and Wastelands Without Number. All the Kevin Crawford stuff will be in my library. If you don't know those books, there's a lot of tables in there. So if you have something that's up for grabs in your game world, in your library, literally open the page, roll the die, that's it. There you go. Proceed forward. James, I also sent you a link. Yeah, everybody doesn't love the 9th century Poland and Slavic myths like me, and then he's referring to Baptism of Fire, which is one of the best BX clones ever written. That's all I'm going to say. Because if you don't value that, I can't help you. And I do like BX. Don't get me wrong. Khy loves BX. We all love BX. We don't love the fact that they keep rewriting BX. Go further than whatever you've seen before. That's all I ask. That's all Khy asks. We want a game that will push boundaries. Yeah, number is 4. Wastelands, I believe, is still in the Kickstarter phase. And that's okay. So, I'm having a great time, and I really appreciate y'all coming in for tonight's game. James, I threw a link to you. If you wish to join up, please do. I love having you available. I know that you're not always available. No, I don't want your without extra or without number books. I want my own. I have a print shop not too far from me. I want them to go to work. I might say that while we are in the middle of winter palooza, it is currently 24 degrees in San Antonio, Texas.
Only? It's kind of cold.
Is it rain? Hey Bruce, is it raining where you're at?
No.
Huh.
Not here. Is
I
it
don't know if
raining
it's
over there?
still raining. But I was out there a little bit ago and it was raining. Oh, now it's got a little cloud with snowflakes.
It had rained because when I was grabbing beers out of the cooler on the porch, that's how ghetto I am. Because I'll just, it's gonna be cold tonight. Let me put the beer out here. It'll fall on me. And if it explodes because it gets too cold, well, it explodes on the porch. No big deal. The ants will eat well. But we're drinking Modelo tonight, and I had some Jose Gold earlier, which I don't know if you realize that or not, but Jose Gold is the gold standard in Basic tequila. No, I don't have any free books. James, if you want to join us, I threw the link at you on Discord. I would love to have you here. I know that I may be a bit impaired, but I do enjoy having my friend James here. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I think everyone knows where my gaming money goes to.
We all love Palladium too. Hello, Mr. James. How are you tonight?
Tired. Laying here. I was watching Event Horizon for probably the 1,000th time in my life. Khy, let's hear some musing about Legend of the Five Rings, brother.
All right. What part? What do you want to know?
Nothing. I just know you love it as much as I do.
Oh dear God, I do. I mean, I know my favorite era is still the first second edition era. You know, in the build up to the Scorpion Clan coup, but that's because that's where you get to have the ability to actually run Winter Court in all of its glory, and that's the fun part. Only because of the fact that I actually did one of the Winter Court games at a New Year's party, and it turned out really good. I mind you, that was me sitting on a Go board, and the instructions were simple. Because everybody at the party, though, we all like playing Go, but we only had one Go board, so I pulled from I think it's like Winter Court Keen Sapoon that had the one rule for it was you can't play like if you play white, you couldn't play black immediately, and if you played a piece, you couldn't come back immediately. So you couldn't hover around the board waiting for someone to put down black so you could put down white immediately. Somebody else has to play your color a second before you can come back and play your piece. So in essence, it meant four people, three people. You could have four people playing this and play a game of Go, but nobody could play immediately. So if you played white, you couldn't play black. But if person three plays white, you could play black too. Second black, or you could wait for second black to get put down with somebody, and then you can drop in. So it turned into this game where about six of us were actually playing Go, but you really couldn't tell who had played the previous piece. So you're trying to read into the strategy that other people had been playing into. And it got to the point that around like 2 a.m, people were starting to actually sit down and get really into the game. And people were like trying to like figure out how to and you weren't quite sure, and the game was really, really balanced. Like white and black were both playing really intelligently, and nobody wanted to fuck up their strategies. And so most everybody else had left for the night because, like, New Year's came. Everybody, half of us were drunk, half of us left. But those of us who were into that Go game, the six of us were around this table, and people were looking at each other like, "I'm getting the next move in." And people were starting to get really into the six player game of Go, and people were jumping turns and playing both sides of the board, and it turned out like white won by 2 stones, but it took us till almost 3 a.m. to get the game done. But for the entire night, from about 4 p.m. till almost 3 a.m, this one game was running. And everybody was having fun, watching movies, having fun, drinking, partying, and then doing the court game of we had a flag that was pointed towards whose turn it was, like which side it was, either white or black, and then you'd walk over, swap the color, and swap the flag, and people were like peering around the corner, trying to see who was playing current piece and trying to get into their head. So they can like jump in and go, okay, it's white. It's my turn. I can go out there, play a white piece. Oh shoot, the board just changed because somebody 2 turns ago played a piece in an odd direction, so it threw my strategy up into a bad problem. And there was a lot of cross table talk, and it was a fantastic close game. But it was cool because you had a bunch of L5R players who were yelling, not really yelling, very, very politely angry with each other over a game of over a Go, and it was great because everybody had almost taken on the persona of the clan and characters that they were playing in the L5R game I was running at that time. So you had that Crane player who was bitching at the Lion player, and like politics was coming into it, like clan politics was coming into it, because everyone knew their book and their clan handbook, so like everyone knew our little backstabs and stabs, and then they were jabbing each other with their own in character little jabs. Like, I mean, like, guys, you know that this party is not canon, like it is not part of the campaign at all. Oh no, they were fucking bringing this into character shit. And they're like going, so GM, what are you doing? And I'm like, playing black. Pook. And it was a fantastic party. I've never been able to pull that party off, that party game off a second time, and I don't want to, because one time was enough. It was enough of an experience. Plus, I'll never have a New Year's party with 20 people in it where 10 of them are all Legend of the Five Rings players. That is never going to happen again.
There was a tournament down here in Orlando about 20 years ago where they actually did a live action winter court. There's like 40 people playing. People were like in actual costumes and shit.
Oh God!
Like,
yes.
I didn't even know it was going to happen. So I showed up to play Warhammer, and I see all these guys walking around like in the different colors with like the Scorpion guys with their masks and everything. And some of these dudes had beautiful, I mean, there was no armor. It was all just kimonos, but with the mons and the whole 9 yards. It was so cool.
I knew a guy who he was such a diehard Lion player, like just
that's me.
He's got and he's in a Akodo, so he had the Lion Mon on one arm, he has the Akodo family Mon on the other arm, and he was great at it. And then when it came time for him to go to go to one of these one of these Winter Court LARP parties, he went as a Crane, and then pulled off being a Crane fantastically. And I'm sitting here looking at him, getting his kimono ready, and he's pulling out this fantastic blue and white and gold inlaid kimono, and I'm sitting here going, dude, you are the living embodiment of Lion. Like, you practically worship the idea of being smarter and more tactically efficient on a battlefield. You're not a rager like God damn it. Like, he's not he's not a battle rager. He doesn't rush in there. He's logical. He's just fantastic at it. And then he goes to the LARP as entirely as a Crane, and then plays the most perfect civilized Crane you'll ever get to see, like clan champion levels of honor and decorum. And I'm like going, you are an amazing bastard. I love it.
Hey, Baron. So Baron G-Rock is in the chat.
Yeah, Baron G-Rock's in our chat. Hey.
So I was saying, hey.
I haven't seen Baron G-Rock in a coon's age.
And we're back again.
He's doing okay. His wife just passed about.
Oh, get the F out of here, man.
Yeah, Ashley, who used to be probably. I'm going to take a moment here. She was.
No, I remember her. I remember when she was sick and in the hospital for a little while, but honestly, I thought she got better.
She always had. she had a few issues going on in her life, and we knew that she wasn't really going to quote unquote get better, but she was going to hold on as best as she could for what time she had. And no matter what, she had things going on. Even though even though their quote unquote their union may have been quote unquote legally not the greatest, Baron was a man and he took care of her as best as he could. And I will tell you that up until my departure from Illinois in 2011, Ashley was the ideal player. And when I say ideal player, I mean that say that you've got something coming on, like you have the holidays. Well, Ashley would be badgering you every 2 days saying, hey, listen, I need to play the game. I need to know when I can get back in character and be involved with this. I want to be part of this shared world everybody else recreationally goes to. And I feel like it is part of my life. And she
Well, I'm really sad because, I mean, his life was already hard enough, what with him being a ginger Irishman.
yeah.
And then this to happen is just absolutely horrible. And like,
Well,
I actually feel it in my heart. I know I make jokes because that's what I do when I'm really sad.
yeah.
But hearing that this happened actually makes me really sad. It's like, God, man, just
Um Baron's not a habit.
oh goodness, thanks, Bruce, thanks. Invite
You're
me into your chat and then bring me down like this. Oh,
well, I mean, she's been out for about a month and a half, and
that's barely any time.
it really is. We'll be here for him if he needs anything. If he needs to come on and just talk,
I mean, he is a ginger potato headed Mick, though. That's true, though.
yeah. But we've
He can always just make fun of me and call me a stupid Russian or something or a hillbilly. So it's fine. Anyway, I put my favorite character up there for my. He was in the original card game, Matsugoe.
Yes, let's go.
And he was so freaking OP that they actually wrote it to where like he died.
His death was awesome though, because when you were as awesome as Gohai, you were yes. God, I
Dude,
wish I had my original
in the
line.
card game, I would throw like the ancestral sword of the line, and then with my handful of strength of purities, and it's just like you're effed. This one dude's coming across and destroying a province. There's nothing you can do about it.
Look, Gohai is right up there with Suko, as in like the people who you like. Look, we're playing Imperial Edition. You know your Alliant deck. I've barely got enough holdings to pay enough Koku to bring something into play, and Gohai is on the board. He is bam, pop a province, bam, pop a province, bam, pop a province.
I played a guy in a tournament back during Imperial Edition, and like my starting 4 flips in province was Gohai to do what we must, without honor and burning the bridge or something. Yes. And I was playing against a guy that was playing Yogo Junzo, so I had the higher honor.
Oh, of course.
Dude lost 3 provinces turn 1.
Oh, I can believe that. I
ran. It was all events that were like guy with lowest province loses province, or lowest honor loses rightmost province, and then the one to do what we must is I get rid of my rightmost province, but so do you.
Oops.
And the fact that all 3 of those hit, it was like he was just like, what am I supposed to do? I was like, next turn Gohai's coming and there's nothing you can do, but hey,
no, there's not anything you can do. I mean, I used to run a unicorn wasting cheese deck because wasting disease is hilarious. I mostly just sat with an autopilot Great Wall of Caillou deck because
right,
because I was doing homework I was doing my engineering homework, and everybody else was wanting to play L5R, and I needed a deck that required no thought whatsoever to play. And fortifications off of the heated deck, I off of Great Wall of Kagyu was free practically.
Well, plus
And
if you got enough Koku to bring out freaking what was his name?
Kasada.
Casada, it was like, yeah, game over, man. That
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
is
no,
a monster.
no, I just sat there and waited for the Great Burger, for the Great Burger Lord to come out, and or I just sat behind my fortifications that no one could pop, and just
So
just
you know about the line speed deck then?
oh god, yeah, LSDs are amazing. Were amazing. Yeah, I ran a few LSDs.
They were, and then Mantis Clan got released as a clan. It was like, I have 50 arrows.
I fuck,
Damn
fuck,
you and all your range.
Oh god, that's just yeah. I had a guy who would put Yoritomo on a flying carpet with his ancestral Kama blades, and pretty much just flew around, and everyone was
Yeah,
okay. Everybody, assign your
and his commies.
yes, like
You know,
oh
I
no,
have that miniature.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, Yoritomo is a complete badass. I mean, you could how could you not want to have his miniature? I mean,
Yeah, what happened is, I don't know if you remember Clan War when it released.
Yeah.
When Clan War released, somehow I ended up, well, I built a Lion army, which I still have, but I ended up making a Mantis army too. And it was just Yoritomo and shit tons of archers and scouts. And it was like, yeah, come get us.
I used to have a lion and a crab army. I've got I've got a Bayushi Kachiko miniature still. I have a Casada miniature who his miniature is just retarded look. He is so huge. He's on a monster base. And and he just sits in a box, and I periodically look at him and go, God, I want to dip you in brake fluid and repaint you, because I was 19 when I painted him, and my skills in painting were shit. And now I look at that miniature and go, ew, God, I want to fix you. And I have a Matsusuko model that I want to dip and repaint too, because those two characters deserve good paint jobs.
Well, yeah, and the freaking what's his name? Mantis Clan guy. He's on a monster base too. If you put him next to a normal samurai, that dude would be 18 foot tall.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I have a God, the head inquisitor for the crabs, who.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm brain flash. Like he's painted. I painted him just like his card, and he looks as creepy as he did on his original card. And
he's not a Caillou. He's a not Yogo, because I mean they.
No, that's Yoga Jinzo. No, a Yoga Scorpion. No, he's like no Moto. But I've got
Moto's
him.
Unicorn.
Yeah, Moto's Unicorn, and God, it's been so long since I've done with the crabs. But for years, people who've gone through my miniatures when I've been GMing will find his wizard miniature and pull it out and put it. Go, this is my wizard, and I'm like, smart choice. You have found the creepiest miniature in my entire collection and chose him as your model. Congratulations, you're cursed.
Right.
You're now a doomed character, and I'm like, yes. And because they exist, and I do love all the Shadowlands books, all three of them, at least all three of the good ones. And it doesn't matter what RPG I'm playing in. If somebody goes through my miniatures and then picks him as a model, I'm like, I'm going to start pulling demons out of these books, and you're going to start uncovering horrible conspiracies that are all in the background, and there's just some terrible things that are going to start happening, and just play it out properly, especially if they're like, I want to investigate the dark arts, and I'm like, let's play dark, but we're playing Western fantasy. I could change some names. I could change some stuff. And you know what? The Great Pit of Fulang doesn't have to be called the Great Pit of Fulang. Now it's the Great Pit of something else. And now I'm going to pull some demons out that look, sound, and familiar. Now we're going to go play with horror. I didn't sign up for horror. You signed up for horror the moment that you picked that as your model. I didn't know who he was. I have, in my box of miniatures, I have dozens of wizards in varieties of outfits, in multiple
What's
gens.
his name?
But
Cooney something.
Oh, God.
He was a Cooney clan Shadowlands Inquisitor guy.
Yes.
Like he was inquisitoring around for the Shadowlands, trying to figure out what the hell was going on with that shit.
Yes.
I think it was Cooney. Was his family.
Yes. Oh, God. It's Kuniori.
Yep.
It's Kuniori. But
hey,
no.
do you remember when they come out with the card for the banner of the army of Yogo Junzo, and it was like Ida Tatori skinned or whatever, just hanging off a stick? It's like they killed the son of the frickin' daimyo of the Crab Clan and skinned him.
Well, he was also the wimpiest of the. He was the wimpiest. He was the best of them.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Hopefully it's not all that ice on your power lines causing all your freaking.
I think that's the real issue with Khy there. All right, go ahead there, Baron. You got an access in.
Well, I'm going to drop out. I just dropped in to say hi.
Dude, I appreciate you coming in here. It's always good to see you. We miss the shit out of you. I know that I can't wait to be back in my own place. That'll be here in about 3 weeks. We're getting the costume.
I saw my favorite ogre in here, and plus Bruce, so I had to drop in and be like, "What up, homies?"
Dude,
but I'm getting out.
James, I just bought 2 copies or 2 versions. Not 2 versions. I bought 2 shirts off your brother, and I need to buy another one of the fucking Pepe the Navigator, because that shirt is fucking hilarious.
All right. Well, I'll catch you later, guys.
God bless you, man. Good seeing you, James. Hey, look, Baron's here with you.
Mm-hmm.
And he runs away. Just my pure presence makes people run. I'm glad nothing changed.
How you doing, bud? How have you been?
Well, you are a ginger, so maybe he's afraid you'll suck his soul.
Modelo.
Oh no, I'm not bringing anything hard. Come on.
Good to see you, Khy.
Hi.
Khy,
we traded Khy for 2 burritos and a Mountain Dew.
And carrots.
Hopefully he'll be back.
Is what it is.
No, the carrots are all of you, man.
I got to say that I'm really impressed with tonight so far. I've actually had more than 4 viewers, which I never really have. I don't worry about viewers, but I'm just saying that it's nice to have people that want to see these guys talk. And I'm trying to get this stupid WizKids figure painted up. There we go.
I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize I DC'd again.
He was still talking.
That's normal. I'm sorry. You got me into my favorite setting, and it's wonderful. And now I need to reread all my books because I can't remember. I can't recall every detail off the top of my head immediately, and that means it's reread time.
Whoa, excuse me.
Put away all my books about boats, and then be a dork about samurai again.
Okay, well, I am going to make a comment on a post that you made in memes. You say all and never enough and everything else. I'm actually reading the new. I'm listening, but reading the newest book. In
Yes,
it's actually it is slow. I will say that, but I have a feeling it's starting to build to things.
Well, yeah. He actually said we're at the last 3 books. And this is the start of the last 3. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Wait, this is the last 3 books he's done for
Dresden.
So
Yeah.
the last 3 books are supposed to be like a super fucking release.
Well, he just released one. They hit earlier this week.
Yep. That's 12 months, right?
Yes.
And you're saying it's good?
A lot of backstory and a lot of see, look right there on the Audible. And yes on the Audible. See. Yeah, I've only got like 5 hours left out of the 11 or 12. This is actually one of the shorter books it is.
Wow.
Time wise.
That's amazing because he's always said he was going to do 20 books in the series, and then at the very end, there's going to be a 3-book trilogy, which would be an absolute knockdown drag out. Holy shit.
It's setting it up.
Yeah.
Not to give much away, but it is the aftermath of the last book.
Okay.
Essentially, Chicago is as they said in the last book, huge EMP. So you're dealing with all that fallout.
Okay.
You have my attention.
Oh yes.
Well, holy shit. Okay, so Amazon, I got to share this, and I'm sorry, nerdy. We're going into Dresden for a second.
That's fine. I need to get into that. Check out the book series.
It's okay. Like, there's a lot to love about it. There's problems in it. If you can accept problems, you're okay. But it's not gonna be the fictional love for everyman. Everyman is different. Okay? This is probably the most Walmartized urban fantasy that's out there.
It is.
And truthfully, if you need a little something along these lines, is a little in there. Monster Hunter International, that will take care of you.
I've never heard anybody really bitch about Monster Hunter International.
Oh my God, it is amazing.
It is.
See, I've been wanting to run a urban fantasy.
Dude, I would recommend read this one right here, Stormfront, because while it has nothing to do with anything from book 2 on, and it literally has just nothing to do with book 2 on, it completely sets up the world. It gives you an idea of the power players, the factions. It gives you an idea of the capacity that the wizards could have. So if you want to know about a game world that literally has everything in common with what you and I live with today, but instead of having our foundations being irrevocably enmeshed in technology, there's also a little bit. We have a foot in some swampy magic capacity. That is Stormfront. If you want to know about urban fantasy, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
Read that book. You'll be good.
And the thing is that Butcher opened the door for a lot of for almost. I won't say he's the originator for the genre, but he's the one who popularized it.
Yep.
And there's been a lot of authors who's taken what he's created and the idea of the magical world that's just beneath the surface, which it's not a new idea, but it's a cool one. And they've done their own takes on it, and it's a great genre to get into. And there's a lot of good authors who've done some amazing ideas with the urban fantasy thing. And I go back to Butch every once in a while, but I found other authors. But I'm just happy to go, fuck yeah, finally booked. I forgot that 12 months came out, and I can actually now read the next installment of it and be able to go, yay!
Well, and you talk about ones that spun off of that. One is Monster Hunter International. Another one is Iron Druid series.
Yeah.
That Kevin Hearn did. Then you also have some other ones that weren't as popular, but like the Junkyard Druid.
I liked Simon R. Green's the Nightside series, which was set in a universe that it could practically be the Dresden universe, but it's set in London. And the idea that London has an alternate mirror universe on the other side of it that you could sneak into, where all the dark evil things and old gods of old England still lurk, and where Merlin's actually a undead monster who's buried under a basement of a bar, and they have an entire book where they're terrified because the King of England, King Arthur, returned, and everyone's terrified because they're trying to keep him from fucking getting the throne back, because England's not ready for you. Go back into storage. But I'm back. I'm King Arthur, and they're trying to and the main character is trying to put King Arthur back in the box. England's not ready for you yet, sir. But I am the rightful king of England. You are the rightful king of England, and he's like, and I need to get to my throne to become, to reclaim it. And they're going, no, sir, get back in the box. I mean, it ends in an interesting way without spoiling it. And the thing is that if it wasn't for Butcher, a lot of these books wouldn't have gone anywhere, because they wouldn't have had the guy who opened the door for the concept. But yeah, Monster Hunter.
That first chapter sets up the entirety of the book series. Just the first chapter of the first book.
Yeah. I like Dresden because he literally fits into that same category of wizard that I would put, say, like he's just fucking Dresden. You can just say he's Dresden, and you can have him. You can see him just showing up at a bar next to some of the other great wizards of fiction, and just be like, "One hell of a day, one hell of a fucking day."
And truthfully, and you can even do something like what I did in one of my games. Is they wound up in the other side, basically.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and they walk into Nab's court, and there's a guy standing there, and I kind of went more TV side with it than I did the book side, but there's a guy standing there with a hat and a leather duster, holding the hockey stick.
Yep.
And it's Dresden, and then Dresden and the halfling wizard get into a little bit of a duel, and then they're like, "Well, and Dresden's like, how can you cast this without any words?" And he goes, "Why do you have to say words to cast this?" And they get in that whole and it's a player in the NPC. So I mean, you can have all kinds of interactions, just by inserting little things here and there.
And the thing is that you could that like I said, I could easily see like Constantine and Dresden just at the same bar. They're not friends. They're just next to each other, drinking. The TV has gone to fritz. The lights don't work, but they're having a nice drink. And then they both leave and go do something else. Because the thing is, they would both be NPCs in each other's books.
Yeah.
You just go in there. One of them is a foul-mouthed guy in a trench coat who's just having a bad day, and the other one is a guy in a duster and a hat wearing slippers having a really bad day. And the two of them would look at each other and go, I'm not part of this one. And then they just leave.
Well, and you talk about these other books that could literally, like the London side of, it could be in the same Dresden. If you think about it, there's a couple of little things that would be off with the side of the Iron Druid, but I could very easily see the Iron Druid series, which takes place in the Southwest, being part of that also.
Yeah, and there's another book series that I like that it's set in Cincinnati, and it's dealing with demons, witches, vampires, and werewolves, and it's like, and it's a really bonkers thing. But that one, I like their take on demons because you find out that demons were actually servants that the elves created in the time of magic, and the demons made the mistake of asking the elves, could we be equals? And the elves were like, fuck no. And so they banished all their servants into a hell universe that turned into demons. And then the demons cursed the elves to have no fucking children. So only one in every 100 children your race will ever have will be genetically viable. Enjoy dying until you fucking let us out of hell. And the humans are all sitting here going, what's going on? And then the demons and elves are going, the elves, we're not telling anyone. And the humans are like, fuck. And it takes 14 books for the whole story to come to its resolution point, but it's got tons of shit in it. And I'm going, the main character of this series could literally just take a train to Chicago, and they would go, turn the fuck around, go back.
Nope.
Why?
Nope.
We got our own problems here. Don't bring yours. And it works.
Not make me get in my monster mobile and chase you out of town. No,
right.
It's not happening.
And the thing is that it would make fucking sense. And I love the fact that you could have this kind of and the thing is that if you're used to playing, if you want to play the best, if you like playing humans dealing with stupid garbage, and you like Government Overreach Simulator 2000, Delta Green exists, and you could be the person who's like, do you like Men in Black, but you don't want to actually be a secret society, but you do want to be a secret society that's saving the world, and you don't want to play Mage the Ascension, the Technocracy. Play Government Overreach Simulator, Delta Green, where you get to go out there and be the FBI agent who's being told you get to show up at this bar, and you show up at the bar, and there's a guy, and there's a wizard who's drinking, and you get to go up there and go, what the hell happened? What do you know? Well, you were seen riding a giant T-Rex downtown. Yeah, shoot. You saw that? Everyone saw that. And you get to play cleanup. That would be a fun game. Hell, the last time we dealt with Green, though, we had somebody who goes, I know what the division of the government I'm part of. And we're like, who are you? Postmaster General. And I heard someone fucked with the mail, and I am here to fix it. I want to play wizard. I want to play wizard shit in modern day. I want to do this. I want to know my best friend's a fucking werewolf, and the guy at the DMV doesn't give a shit about me because. Are you really? No, I'm actually an arch wizard, and I slow down time on purpose because you're here. Fuck.
Well, see,
God.
going that route, there's a book series, Files of Bureau 13.
I would probably love. I'm gonna look that one up now because I want more shit. I want more shenanigans.
Full
I need
Luther
shenanigans in my life.
and Final Exam. He's written some more books, but I can't recall the titles of them. But those are the two that I recall. And
So
I wish they
again?
were on audiobook, so I could
What's-
listen to them while driving.
What's it called
Well,
again?
they've got there's a program that can do that now. But yeah, go ahead.
Files of Bureau 13. It's a division of the FBI, although they don't they only answer to like the division chief. They don't even answer to the top of the FBI guy. The president has a direct phone line to him, so if he has any questions or if there's something he wants, he thinks that they should look into, he can call them and ask, but they can say no. And it's really cool because like there's one requirement to get into the to get into to the Division 13, and that's survive a supernatural encounter. There's a guy on there. There's a guy in the main group. There's a guy. He was in Vietnam, and his unit was sent in to take out some VC, and they went in and they wiped everybody out. And then they got back up and started fighting again. And the VC ended up wiping out the entire unit except for the one guy. He was the only one that made it out alive. Because, I mean, by the time they realized that they were dealing with undead, it was too late. It's really cool because he has an M60 and it's magicked to look like a banjo.
Well,
it's a really great disguise until you have to do an investigation in a folk music festival.
let me just say that I know for a fact that red tinged infravision glasses that were popular to be made back in the 66 to 68 era, people that I know that have used those are pretty much on 70% or higher disability if they're still alive. What those glasses were revealing was something that people that are in the paranormal YouTube community would only wish they could witness. If you've ever used those, you know what I'm talking about. And if you've ever heard stories about this, you know what I'm going to talk about. The guys, the operators that were in Vietnam using red tinged nods at the time, they were viewing things that could not be described using normal nomenclature. So words like demons or draconic or evil or fucking deranged would come out of their mouths. Oftentimes, if they were deployed or if they were stationed on a mount equipped with a firearm of any caliber, that firearm would be used judiciously and it would be expended. So I'm just going to say that don't discount their stories. You may think it's crazy. You're within your right to, but you are not there. the people that were there claim that they saw things that were of an otherworldly nature, and the red tinged nods that were used at the time briefly were illuminating things that had not been recorded before. And therefore, what was going on in Vietnam, if this is true, could not be adequately described using casual discrepancies and descriptions. What we're talking about are things beyond your imagination, things affecting the local populace that we may not have known about. And these red nods, these red tinged nods, were giving us the ability to see something that was affecting the local capability of people. That might have been the entire reason why we were there.
On top of it, also is loosely what was based on, damn it, that movie with Roddy Piper.
You're talking about They Live.
Yes. Because that's loosely what that was, a way for a couple of them to actually get their story out without
Correct.
breaking any NDA, top secret classification shit.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Well, I'm really getting fun. Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, and it's like their job to deal with the things that go bump in the night. There are things that go bump in the night, and we are the ones that bump back, kind of stuff. I liked it. It was cool.
I found them. I'll get around to reading them. I need something to do. Okay, I'm finding that something to look into now. Yay! Stuff for me to read and watch about.
Have you seen? Have you seen? Flapjack.
You what?
It's a Netflix movie with Will Smith.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Bright. That's the one. Bright. Have you seen Bright?
Not yet.
They stole most of that stuff from Bruce's books.
Bright. Let me sum up Bright. Imagine if the movie's Bad Boys was written by Tolkien. That's
okay.
That's how I can sum up Bright.
Pretty much.
Would you actually say it's worth watching?
I would. I've watched it several times.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll have to go put a chance in and go watch it, I guess.
I actually think that Elijah's story is a better read, but that's just me.
Elijah's story?
Mm-hmm.
Bruce's book.
Howdy do you? Yeah. What else? Yeah. But yeah, there's something about seeing a dragon flying over downtown LA.
I can see that. All right. I'll have to go put it on the listings to watch. I'll squeeze it in somewhere. I'll get to it. But thank you for telling me the newest book is worth it. So I'll get around to buying it.
There is a lot of backstory. I will say that. It's a slow burn. It's one of his slower burns that he's had in the series.
He's earned it, though. I mean, when he's got this point into it, he's earned the slow burn.
Yeah.
Because we've had time to get to know everybody. We can have a little bit of time to relax before we get hit with the last of it.
See, even Connell's like, I'm halfway through it. So I'm a little over halfway through it. Connell, okay, Connell, it is a slow burn, right? Just from where you're at, it is a slow burn, correct? I gotta wait for the delay now.
Well,
Answer.
my problem is I'm not good with like gumshoe stories. You know, with
Well, okay.
So
Dresden is a gumshoe story, but it's like a gumshoe story on crack, PCP, and acid all at the same time.
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about running a game. Like I said earlier, it's like I would love to run a urban fantasy game, but I'm just not good at the mystery whodunit, you know, leaving clues for the investigators to find. And
Oh, well, see, and that's the thing is that you don't have to necessarily leave clues. You can screw with your players too.
One of the common things that you'll see when these books come out, these books, is that they usually get started on what amounts to a simple task, which should be easy, which is, hey, main character, I need you to show up at this address. Something's weird's happened, and you go out there, and then the complications begin, and it gets bad. Like, you're trying to continue, like, and often the main character is trying to get back to doing the job that they were hired to do, but at the same time, well, why is the vampire queen of hell trying to eat me? Why is the vampires like why are the werewolves knocking over my stuff? Why is and because you find something stupid along the way. It's like, there's a statue. Well, you find out that that statue's actually an important totem for a local werewolf clan that somebody stole along the way, but when they tripped at this other place, and now, well, oh shoot, well, now you gotta untangle all this little stuff. There's some fighting, and don't worry. The important thing about a Harry Dresden series is or any of these books is once they start moving, don't let them ever rest for any reason whatsoever. Where it's like you just keep going and you get beaten up, and then you get beaten up, and man, it would be nice to sleep today, but I will drink more coffee. Keep going.
Sleep is for the weak.
What's that?
Sleep is for the weak.
Yeah, sleep is for the weak, or sleep is for people who aren't being chased by the police, the vampires, fairy lords, and my bill collector. And I need this job to pay my bills.
Oh, and I need information, so let me give pizza to the little fairy guys. The little fae that look what you think of as fairies and everything else, and then they give me all the information, and then they call you the Zalord, and will follow you anywhere.
Yeah, and don't worry, something strange will happen. And the whole thing is that when you're running these, you just pick one thing that you want to beat them with for the next for the arc that you're going to be telling. For the next several adventures, so whatever the end point is do you want them to make friends with the fairy court? Well, yeah, make them get beaten up by the fairy court for a while and have them come out at the other end, beaten, broken, battered, probably with a cracked rib, 2 broken toes, and they bled out about 4 times. But don't worry, the med mage in the area or a medic is practically holding an IV bag behind you and whispering in your ear, "Don't get punched again, doofus."
You have to add one more thing to that list.
Yeah?
They have to have a weird addiction to Malort.
or they got something, and your players will come up with this. And the thing is, the players will come up with their own strange take on this and create their own characters, and then they'll have their own quirks. Sure, Dresden had a hockey stick. Yeah, he's got the slippers.
In the
yeah,
movie, yeah. I mean, TV show.
but in other series, everybody has their quirk, their kink, their little thing that makes them special. Let your players grab onto it and have fun with it, and then play into it. And at any time, throw a kink into it that makes it even worse. Or like you didn't realize that your mom is actually this. Oh no, that's a complication I didn't anticipate. Your mentor was this. Crud. Now there's more complications, and eventually, by the end of the story, you're just like sitting going, I am tired. I am bloody. I don't care anymore. I'm going to continue. I'm going to either fight the villain. I haven't slept in 4 days. I've drank three double shots of espresso, and I've had a nap. I'm ready to fight God or die.
You say espresso, and maybe because I have ADD or my brain's just not wired correct. Not sleep for 3 days. Espresso. I'm like, no, espresso would make me sleep for 3 days. But that's just me.
Some people live on caffeine. It's like, but hey, I know that I've occasionally walked over to the coffee machine and then just made the blackest black of coffee and then drank it and then walked back to my desk, back to my counter at work, and it's like, are you okay? I had a night of nightmares. I hadn't slept in 2 days, 3 days. I'm going to live on coffee. You can go to the back. No, I will man this desk. It is my job. It is my duty. Greetings, people. Welcome to the store. I am here to serve you. Oh, you don't sound right. I haven't. I'm
This
not
is my
right.
desk. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Fine.
Now,
Please tell me make and model of car so I may I may inaccurately service your problem.
quick question, I just jumped on a computer. What is tonight's conversation, or is it just rambling mixture with Dresden?
We got a Dresden because Dresden's awesome, and also any game that involves Dresden is fun. If you're gonna tell a good game,
I don't disagree. I have been putting together a module for Dresden using 5th edition as the engine. I'm ignoring a lot of the stuff that 5th edition has. I'm just using it as an engine, right? It's taken me a little bit over a month to figure out how to make the shield bracelet that he wears a functioning item using 5th edition rules.
DR.
That's
easiest. That's going to be the easiest way.
Okay, this is
No, seriously. DR plus durability.
Let me get this out. There are five shields on this bracelet: air, water, all the elements plus magic. Right. It levels up at your level. If you're beyond 5th level, let's say you're 10th level, you get 2 shields activated. You have to activate that shield like mage armor. And if you choose the right element that you might be running into it, if you only have 1 shield open, it takes off 5 points of damage. If you got 2 shields open, it takes off 10 points of damage. As soon as you hit like 20th level, you have all 5, and it doesn't matter what's fucking thrown at you. It just takes X amount of points off. Like I'm trying to do a weave of magic. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's described in the book.
But you also do have to worry about the durability factor.
Yeah.
Because it does break. It has broken before.
Well, Bruce has made the joke that no one dies in 5e, which is bullshit. People do die in 5e. The problem is no magical item breaks. And if you want to make a joke about 5e, magic items don't break in 5e. They break in Pathfinder.
And it's crap.
I'd rather run this in Pathfinder, but the people, my victims, like 5th edition.
Bah, fix it. If it's broken, fix it.
True.
If you find a problem, fix it. Improve it.
The other thing I'm thinking about is when they go over to the Never Never, the first thing they'll see is in the wild, the Feywild, right? They'll see a great big tree. They realize it's made out of the apples are rubies, the leaves are emeralds. Players being players. I'm going to steal all this, then take it back and make money. Well, as soon as they leave the Never Never, it's going to turn into ooze.
Okay.
I've been told that's kind of dickish.
Make sure they have a little bit of time to prepare for it. Give them a tiny bit of warning.
No warning.
Not an obvious warning. Give them a chance to adjust before they get hit by it.
Oh my God! As soon as they walk over, the bag gets wet in the bottom of the sack. For some reason, the pouch is wet. What belongs to the Never Never stays in Never Never. If it does not have a magical source to keep it going, it turns into ooze.
Ectoplasm.
There's a lot of ways to do that.
There is. Okay. So I know. To answer the question that Garrett had though earlier, does Jim Butcher get the eponymous award of being able to do a slow start with 12 months?
A slow burn. That's what that book is. It's a slow burn.
Well, everything you need to know is in the title. 12 months.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Outside of not giving anything away, I'm enjoying the entire thing. I'm enjoying the entire fucking thing. I got an Audible and listened to Spike read it. It's hilarious, especially when they're talking about remakes. Garrett, I'm sure you understand where I'm going with that.
Oh, have you got to where have you heard Toot yet or no?
Yeah, well, Toot Toot is now the size of a... Yeah. Yeah.
I love Toot. Toot.
I mean, honestly, there's not one book that you can not read in the Dresden File. If you start reading the Dresden File, you really need to do first book to where we are now. Yes, there's 2 books in the very beginning, kind of sucks, but it does get better. It's like having sex at prom. Yes, it's awkward. Both party walks away not 100% sure. But by the 12th time of you railing each other, oh my God, this is the best sex you've ever had at age 18. I don't know if that's, a fair representative of the statement, but I'll work with it.
That was an awkward way of putting it, but okay, we'll go with it.
No. Last time I saw you was
you're assuming anybody here besides you was a virgin after the age of 18.
Okay, we are only missing one person here, and we've got the freaking old freaking table breaker. One. We're missing one.
He's probably in bed by now because he's an adult.
He's an old man.
Dave.
So I have been asked, when is the old band getting back together?
We're working on it.
5 minutes. No one invites me.
When Bruce is not living in a van down by the river.
Hey, I did that in Peoria. It sucks.
Maybe you just didn't have the right van.
We're probably looking at like March of.
Or we're at the wrong river.
It's a shame that none of us have enough money to buy the copyrights to Thin Lizzy's The Boys Are Back in Town, because that would be a great intro for when,
What you guys got going on Fridays? That's the thing I got to ask. What time can you be on a camera ready on Friday?
I'm free Fridays.
It would have to be every other Friday because I work every other Saturday.
Okay.
I can make Friday free.
I'm always free Friday.
My only job, well, the 2 jobs I have, one is at the soon to reopen Ash Cigar Lounge found in Peoria Heights.
Is it still doing well?
Well, the
I thought it was closing
business is
down.
We'll get into that.
Wait,
Oh
was that part of the Pizza Works complex?
no, we're a little bit further down the road. We're between
Okay.
we're in between Mickey D's and Burnt Pizzas R Us. I mean Pizza Works.
Yeah.
Well, the building didn't exactly burn down, but it did catch on fire, so it's Burnt Pizzas now. There's some logic behind that. Garrett, I'd love to have you down there. I mean, you live so
That's not
far
far
away.
away. It is, well, no, that's so far away from where I live. In fact,
If
you know,
one of us
it
doesn't have a car.
yeah, true. But you know, it's funny because last Friday? No, last Saturday I was up in the Heights. So
No. Oh my God. Best wings in town, CC Barbecue on Farmington Road. Plus, they let me smoke my cigar there, so that's why they get my praise. Best biscuits and gravy in town right now is Ducks. Not so much for the biscuits and gravy, but the wait staff. Holy shit, those women are hot.
So basically a Hooters knockoff.
No, this is what Hooters wanted to be in Peoria.
See, I was making the joke that you don't go to Hooters for the food.
You don't.
Well, the one that we went, is that Rocky? Yeah,
that's Rocky.
Well,
He's alone tonight.
Rocky. The Hooters we had here in Peoria, you went there for the food because the wait staff was just kind of, how should I put this, flat.
It was Tomboy Hooters. Got it.
Although I have
Or maybe
been
Femboy
talking
Hooters,
to a couple members of Peoria City Board, I recommendation of putting a Duckies next to the river. Not Duckies, Bucky's. Bucky's next to the river.
Good luck at that.
At Ducky's next to the river. Oh, we serve duck. Why are there no ducks on the river? Don't ask.
Hey,
All I can think of is like the Illinoisans asking, "What type of food is this?" And you're like, "Brisket." Why have I never heard of brisket before?
You've lived in Peoria. Just go to the mall, Smoke Pit, go get their brisket. It's amazing.
Yep.
Michigan's
or well,
I need to talk
to
to my brother-in-law
to
about
the point of how Peoria is that literally they opened the beginning of, I believe, December. They opened a Cane's, Raising Cane's, and they literally had cops out there directing traffic so people could get in and through the drive-through to get Raising Cane's.
That place is such a fucking joke.
I know. It's like, it's chicken. That's all it is. It's chicken fingers.
Chicken strips are blah. A sauce that goes with it that, French fries, you can get your local grade school, and a piece of Texas toast. This does not give me a culinary boner, boys and girls. Unlike talking about Indiana Jones and him being a bad guy. Poke.
Now, before you bitch me out, Connell, because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what because I think it was you who had this feeling about them. It was not my choice. I was not paying. A friend of mine took me to a Golden Corral.
I don't mind now.
We spent 4 hours during. I thought it was you who hated buffets. Okay.
Golden Corral is actually, if it's a good one, it's decent food.
Well, we ended up spending 4 hours because it's Thanksgiving, so it's like great time to go. Genius. And we spent 4 hours for me to grab 2 plates worth of food and then get bitched out by the woman who took me saying, "Oh, you need to eat more food." Do you think I'm Santa Claus? Do you think I can just put away 10,000 pounds? I may be fat, but that's not because of how much I eat. That's because of what I eat / how much I sit. Jeez.
I'm not anti-buffets. If a buffet is done well, it is a godsend. There was one down in Champaign, Illinois called Ryan's. They were all over, but that was probably one of my favorite buffets. Hometown
Yep.
Buffet was another one that was really good, although they were the same corporation.
Okay.
Golden Corrals are hits and misses.
Yeah.
I'll confirm that.
If they're done well,
I would call it food. I mean,
yeah, I don't really have a problem with the buffets. I just don't say you're a Chinese buffet and only have a thing of rice, but mainly, everybody else's food in your place, and so call yourself a Chinese buffet. I have an issue with that. I wish there was a Italian buffet. Holy shit, a true Italian buffet would be amazing.
I love old Nick
what is
Cage.
that thing on his head? Is it like trying to eat? Is it like trying to devour his brain?
Something.
That, my friend, was Moose.
Right. Yeah.
With
Gamer,
no
were
squirrel.
you around in the
If it's
80s?
trying to devour his brain, it's going to starve to death.
Okay. Quick question, Gamer. Were you around in the 80s?
No, 91.
Yeah, you don't know what Moose is then.
I know exactly
Aquanet.
what Moose is, and I've never used it, so I don't know how it works.
No.
I just
You
know that it
don't
does.
know. You don't know. You might know what the product is, sure. But
Yeah.
unless you lived in the 80s, you do not know the thing that's called Moose.
That
Or
I'll agree
squirrel.
with.
Moose and Aquanet.
Moose
You can still
and
smell
Aquanet. Yes.
I mean, those two products, you could spike your hair and turn it into a weapon. I mean, if you had Moose and Aquanet, that hair was not budging at all.
It's stronger than Gorilla Glue. Of course not. Depends on who's using it. If you get the joke, you're a horrible person, but so am I.
Dude, I have been so dark on my humor lately, it stole your bike.
No, the only complaint that I have about the Dresden book so far is it's only 15 hours.
Yeah, it's one of the shorter ones that he's put out. I've got five. I'm right at 5 hours left. So
Excuse me.
I like the direction he's going with it. As a
boy.
person who understands aspect of what Dresden's going through, I appreciate it for what it is. But if he could just tack on 15 more hours, I'd be happier. But I'll make sure I let him know that the next time I have him on my show.
Yeah.
Has anybody actually played Dresden through Fate? That system?
I've watched people play it, and they've enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah. Would it be genre approved?
Okay. If Shauner had discovered Fate, he might still be alive today. I'm just going to say that because it's true. It is a very good system for character development games. And I'm not talking about character development where, like, at 7th level, I get the ability to, like, raid for 2 more hours. No, not that. I'm talking about character development. Like, you are playing somebody who doesn't go to your miserable job 40 fucking plus hours a week, that doesn't drive your shitbox car for fucking 10 hours a week, that doesn't fight fucking traffic that you fight for fucking 12 hours a week while you motor around your miserable fucking metro area and masturbate to miserable fucking twats on Instagram or Reddit. No. Fate is a system that for various worlds that have been published, like Dresden, you can actually have a character that's set up that has meaningful interactions with other creatures inhabiting the same world as you that not at the same time do have an agenda, and therefore you may be helping them for months down the road before you actually realize you have sealed your fate and you've boxed yourself into a corner, and you're going to go through the worst grind that you've ever endured in your life if your character makes it out alive, if he's able to make it out alive. No, it is a very good system. It is a very easy system. It is a system that nobody uses. I would recommend Fate, Dresden, Your Life, Characters, Our World to anybody who's a fan of the Dresden Files.
Okay. Because everybody I've talked to, a few people I've talked to, I say Fate, and there's like a look of minor disgust that runs across their face.
I know nothing.
You use fudge dice. You don't actually use dice.
Ah,
Yeah.
I got a quick question. Anybody here know of a good PDF with a bare bones version of Call of Cthulhu?
What do you mean? What do you want from Call of Cthulhu?
Well, I started making my own game, as you guys know. Problem is I basically stole a lot from Palladium, but a good chunk of it is basically my own design, which is causing me to be very, very slow. I've thought of a couple other games, but kind of have the same problem because I'm almost building up my own. The systems probably exist. I wouldn't know what to look for, blah, 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 blah. So I'm almost building my own system from scratch. But I recently had an interesting idea of post-apocalypse, and basically a giant eldritch plant has taken over the world. In and of itself, it's not really sentient, but it produces fruits and creatures that not necessarily guard the fruits, but mutate, blah, 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 blah. The basic idea would be instead of you going insane from things and that kind of crap, you actually grapple with sane as you mutate more, because if you want to go to the deeper parts of what's going on and try to figure out how to maybe cure everything, you have to actually eat these fruits, gain powers from other creatures, which slowly drains your sanity.
sounds like marriage.
I actually wouldn't know. I've
Sounds like
never even
Little
really had a
Shop of
girlfriend.
Horrors.
Once again, still sounds like marriage.
Feed me.
I have to go, guys. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Good night.
Thanks for the conversation.
Dirty, I hope you had a good time, man.
Sorry.
Was it?
I hope you had a good time.
I had a good time.
Okay. I'm glad.
So long,
I'm
and
an
thanks for all the fish.
I'm an ass, and I'm sorry.
No, we knew this. This is why we like you, though.
There's some moments where I
Well, here's
know
the
I'm
thing,
a,
Khy.
yeah.
Oh, I was to say, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Even when you are being an ass, you're one of those asses that doesn't feel like I'm an ass because I'm correct. It's because I'm an ass because I'm passionate. There is very high tolerance for someone who is that kind of ass.
Well, I am an ass.
That and sounds like he's just an ass man.
Nah, I have more boobs.
Not you.
Same here.
Oh.
Oh God.
Don't get me wrong, I can appreciate a nice ass, but I'd rather have boobs.
At this juncture of the day, don't lie. You'll be appreciated to get whatever you get.
At this point, Connell, I would rather stay single than get anything I can get, because given the fact that I am on Social Security, all I need is to end up with a woman who knows how to manipulate the system. And guess who's left on the bar when the feds finally figure out what's going on? Call me paranoid, but I do have to be very careful. I live in gold digger country.
You live in Pekin?
Pekin.
I live
No,
in Sandpoint.
he's
Idaho.
actually talking about
It's a retired-
real gold people who dig gold.
Oh,
Come on.
wait. Well, I'm sorry. I live in Meth Digger. I'm sorry. I'm Gold Digger.
Yeah.
Well,
Come on.
Funniest
We
part
are-
is, go ahead, Khy.
I was gonna say no. It's Pekin. We are great. We are great. Cubic zirconian and pyrite diggers here.
And actually, interesting enough, Barron's not too far off. There are some silver and gold mineable places around here, but the big thing is we're we were logging country, and then we had logging money, and then everybody retired. And then because most of the jobs now do not pay you very much because logging is still there but minimal, and most of those jobs get filled up quickly, young men move away, leaving most of the women old men. So you quickly get the mindset of gold diggers.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah. Did anybody see the Lord of the Rings while it was in theater? This last time around?
No, I
I
never
No.
went to theater.
'Cause I am a sad
No.
sack of overworked.
I went to the first one on Saturday, and a woman I'm interested in, say, "Hey, you want to see the two towers?" I'm like, "I like to show you a third tower, but sure, why not?"
Chit.
Worst pickup line ever.
Unless it works. They're all bad until
Where-
they work.
Pickup line ever.
Give me a moment. I could go lower.
Race to the bottom time. Anyway, so I ended up seeing the two towers. Then Thursday we went to go see. No, Sunday because of the Bears. Anyways, we went to go see Return of the King. She's like, the Bears are going to be on. Let's go watch the Bears. I'm like, you follow football? She's like, yeah. I'm like, and you're rooting for the Bears? Yeah. I'm not getting late tonight.
Huh.
Not wrong.
And they messed it up, man. We could have been back on the regular timeline. I don't know if anybody's seen those or not, but I thought that was hilarious.
I did make about $300 though off $300 off the Bears though.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Well, it's the Bear season. No, it's Ram season. Bear season. Never mind.
No,
Duck season,
you're on the
fire!
right path.
No, it's actually I don't know.
I'm,
Most of my
the
time
only
at
money
the
I've ever.
cigar lounge. I
Oh, sorry.
watch more football, college basketball, pro football than I ever had in my life. Holy shit!
The only money I've ever made off of gambling is the 2 times I've went to a casino. Bear calls me Rayman, but it was painfully obvious these slot machines had a pattern, which was they'd give you anywhere between 10, I'd say actually 5 and 15 wins right in a row, and then you'll just consistently start losing. It's obvious what that's meant to do. So I was like, okay, bet, and I just keep doing that. And as soon as I get my first loss, cash out, repeat. I just repeat, and I always walked out with more money than I walked in with. I mean, like I said, Bear called me Raymond, but dear God, that was painfully obvious. Anybody who's played video games
He called you
would see
Rayman
that
because
pattern.
of that.
Very nice.
Fair.
Hey, Baron, have you played any of the Hogwarts Legacy?
A bit.
What do you think of the
I've
game?
heard that was actually pretty good given the era.
It is. It's fairly good. It's just there's a lot of puzzles in it, and it hurts my brain. So I'm like, no.
I
Actually,
bet you
what
were
I've
not a
been
Metroid
playing-
player then.
No, Metroid I was fine with, but yeah.
Really, Metroid Prime is just
the
basically
one
one gigantic puzzle maze.
the game I've actually been playing, which is newer, is Hytale.
I heard that's good.
Yes, and
Sounds familiar.
90% of the modders from Minecraft came over to.
Ooh.
So they have they're actually working on a lot. They actually have a lot of the mods already built for it that they have for Minecraft that I really enjoy. So
Yeah, I don't have a good gaming PC, and I gave up my Xbox Gaming Pass because they bumped it from $20 to 30. So I was like, yeah, fuck that.
What?
Not joking.
Yeah.
It's now $30 a month. It's like, fuck you. If I want to play games, I'll just buy a single month.
Did they really?
yes,
$32.91. Wait,
Oh,
was
it's
that
gone
for
up
regular?
since then.
Yeah.
It was just 30.
Well, no, yeah, $32. Those fucking cock nostrils.
That's not counting tax.
No, it's not counting other things from counting either.
Well, good to fuck you later, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they even said, "Why are you leaving us?" I basically said, "I'm not gonna get." I put it politely, but basically said, "I'm not gonna get ass raped by you idiots."
If you're charging me $32 a month, 91 cents, I want access to every game that Xbox has ever pumped out.
No, you still only get access to what's on the the Ultimate Library.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just I'll just let you know what you still had access to.
Oh, I use my.
If I want to play, I'll just buy a single month, and that'll be it. And even then, I'm honestly thinking about not spending another penny with Xbox and seeing about saving up for just a gaming computer. I mean, I've been meaning for doing that for a while now, but taking it far more seriously.
You kind of, I hate to say it, you kind of missed the boat on it for the next couple of years for a good game.
Yeah, I know.
I
realize
Land prices went crazy. Well, actually, you could get away with doing it. Would be a monthly type thing, but you could do it through like GeForce Now, where it's basically you're emulating. It's like a web browser that you're playing the game in, and you don't have to worry about how good you just have to worry about how good your internet connection is.
Well, most of the time my internet connection isn't too bad. Today's been a little iffy for some reason, but usually it's not too bad.
I know why my internet it's been kind of iffy today. There's this white stuff that's spewing from skies.
I don't need to know about what you look at on your side time, Connell.
No, it's snowing outside. Somebody pissed off Mab.
I think Bruce even had some snow.
Is that why I saw a picture of Ted Cruz on an airplane going to somewhere warm?
We got lost the foot.
Granted, I remember Illinois winters where the snow would at least come up to my knee, maybe my hip. We haven't had one of those in a long time.
We don't have winter anymore.
Well, it's within the last.
At least we didn't have that
snow. What are you saying?
I said at least we didn't have snow like they did in Russia.
Oh dear God!
Yeah. Okay,
like it was only.
I was worrying about that. I didn't know if that was just AI people dicking around.
No, that was actually legit. Well, they had like 5-6 story buildings, and they're about 3.5 stories up. They've got snow drifts across 2 buildings. It's like holy shit.
So you could jump off the roof and actually live. Putin must be pissed. I mean,
you might not live.
I can't throw anybody off
how
the
the black
roof.
the snow is, you'll sink straight to the bottom.
True. But if it's that fucking high.
Yeah. Well, I live in skiing country, and I know that you do not go in the back areas unless you know what you're doing, because the moment your skis give out from under you, are sinking in the snow like quicksand.
Well, I recommend not going into the back area unless you're an expert of knowing what you're doing.
Yep.
Bruce, are you still with us?
I'm still here. What's going on?
What are you painting on? It looks like a menu.
It is.
He's painting a gypsy cart. What do you expect?
No, not the Vargo. The table. What's on the tabletop?
Oh.
I've got
Look, a bunch of words.
Yeah. That looks like my math teacher. Oh, cool.
Wizard. Troll blood. Who doesn't love a goblin?
Oh, so yeah, the person I went to the movie with was the flat earther there, Bruce.
Why did you stop seeing her? She loves you.
She doesn't love me, and she's a flat earther.
She loves you.
She
You're-
doesn't believe in dinosaurs, and she thinks the earth is flat. I fuck crazy. I did not fuck stupid.
She is willing to accept
What's the
your
difference in your
reality temporarily to gain her seed to be fertilized.
Fuck.
Maggie could have a
Yeah, that's all Connell needs.
sister. Sister for Maggie? I'd be up for that.
I think that's a support beam. Where did I put the rope? Hey, have you,
Connell all of a sudden hears he has another kid, and he's like, "Excuse me for a second while I go join Doom Guy."
She was cute. He doesn't want to
It
admit
was cute, but you know, I like women who have intelligence, women who I can have a
No, you don't.
conversation with.
No, you don't. You want to be right all the time. If you have a woman with intelligence,
No,
just put
no.
shit on.
Right? That skips a generation. My mom always has to be right. Therefore, I know I'm always wrong. Therefore, it skips a generation. My daughter thinks that she's always right now too. So therefore, I'm always wrong.
So basically, your mom's got you trained. Got it.
What?
So basically,
My
mom's got you
me
trained. Got it.
No, I've just been, married and had women in my life in a romantic sense and a non-romantic sense all my life, and I'm always wrong.
We always are.
Even when you're sitting here with the guys, you're still always wrong.
You calling me 3 foot something has not fucking gone away, Baron. Jesus Christ. I'm on bear shows like somebody's like, aren't you like 3 foot tall? I'm like, motherfucker.
Hey, look at the bright side. At that height, you could be punch up.
Listen, Bubbles.
Hey, at that point, you can just go up to a really tall girl and go, uppies, uppies.
I would. And I refuse to call a person a dwarf unless they have a long beard and a battle axe. I have standards. I'm not a midget, I'm a dwarf. Where's your battle axe?
I could be your battle axe? No.
You might be you know what? I'll call you a hobbit. How about that?
That'll work for most.
I used to have a friend named Hobbit. Well, her nickname was Hobbit. She was genuinely 3'4".
Do you have hairy toes too?
Like 6 now. What?
That's almost like the right height. Anyways.
Yeah. You'd probably be able to kiss her on the lips, Connell. Standing on your tippy toes, maybe.
At the end of the day, I can still say I kissed a girl on the lips. Can you?
And here we go. At this point, we're going to pull a Todd. We're going to put our arms up in the air.
Yeah, the other thing on this one, fucking Dresden books never make me cry. But so far, he's made 2 where I've got teary, the son of a bitch.
Oh, just wait.
Like
I said,
Warhammer.
I've got 5 hours left. I've got 5 hours left. I'll probably finish it on Monday. So yeah, you just wait.
I'm listening to it in my car, and my daughter's like, "What's his daughter's name?" Maggie. Did you name me? I'm like, no, you were actually already born before he had his kid.
Yep.
And your name is Morgana Raven Faye, which is going to bite me in the ass.
Yep.
Hey, At least you're not named after a biblical figure. I know David's very common, but my father specifically named me after David and Goliath.
Because he knew you were going to come up short.
Funny story. I used to call myself 6'3". I'm 5'9", but for some reason I grew myself 4 inches.
Were you
It's
laying on
okay.
your back?
Connell keeps shrinking. He's only 2'3" now.
Between rugby and bet. You know, I'm a solid 5'9" until I see the doctor. It's like, you might have lost a few inches there. I'm like, no, I haven't. It's like, how does your back feel these days? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I didn't know turning 40 was the era of seeing the doctor because everything's starting to hurt more than before.
Oh, youngin, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh my god! As long as I don't have to get up 5 times in another fucking night to take a piss, I'll be all right.
Twice usually. Let's sleep. More coffee, please.
So are you still still over in Pekin next to the troll? God,
Yep.
I love to see his house actually buried by snow. I know it's a possibility.
Oh, that incident reminded me. Hey, Connell, the Condor, I almost called you. Yeah, Connor, your favorite trash panda has made a new channel.
That's the greatest.
That's why I almost called you that, because I was thinking of him. I fucking YouTube showed me
War were declared.
a video of Condor's new channel.
War has now been declared.
Fucking cocksucker.
What would that sound? War were declared.
You know what?
Shots fired, man. Shots fired.
Listen up, Bubbles. You can shut your whore mouth. Condor.
I'm going to hell.
I'll see you there.
At least the coffee's good then.
He basically gave you a shout out in that video, I might add.
Wait. So, anyways, Condor made a.
So I watched the whole video. He basically said people were telling him to fuck off in live streams, which were hurting his channel. He called you out directly.
These people still exist?
The only person I do it on is Bruce's, and if he's watching Bruce's,
No, he had to make a new channel, and YouTube said,
Wow.
unless I missed what Kai was saying.
score.
From beyond the grave still hits. Got it.
Yeah, he didn't name you directly, but he's.
You all know who I'm talking about.
Someone kept saying "fuck you" on. One person I know who does that.
Well, if you're the embodiment of a trash panda or a Timu's Don Louise, you kind of get what you get.
Yeah.
Was that Mean Bear? Was that going past the line?
Right now I'm on the line, and I might lose my Reddit account today because I just called the fucking San Antonio mod team a bunch of fucking commie cunts that should fucking world star their fucking Cobainisms on live feed.
Woo. Okay.
I'm hoping it happens. Delete my account, you bitches.
Well, they'll just block you from there.
Yeah. Oh no, the mod team from San Antonio blocked me. Ooh.
Oh yeah. I gotta drive back to Tampa. Not Tampa. I have to drive back down to Miami. My daughter's spring break. On the way down, we're gonna stop by my aunt's down in Amelia Island, which is a nice, like 3 days, which will be brilliant. Then on the way down, before we pick up the Lazapan, he's a person, not a drug. For those who think I should be on drugs, think I do drugs.
Well,
I'm taking her to-
ironically, if you're doing that particular drug, you're not on this planet anymore.
right. I will be taking Maggie to Universal Studios, to the Harry Potter parks, because there's two. They couldn't just fit everything into one aspect. No, those fucking bastards had to say, well, you can go to Universal and go to this, or you can go to Universal and Adventureland, which is part of Universal, and do both. You fucking, which is still
Amusement
cheaper.
parks, large amusement parks like that are just a money ripoff.
Still cheaper than Disney World.
Not
Oh,
wrong.
Disney! You don't take a child to Disney World anymore.
Not unless you want to micromanage your
I've
day.
seen. Oh no! There are people who are now Disney adults, and they will harass people who bring children. I don't think you're interested, but I could send you a video if you want.
No, it's fine. There's stupid people out there. One of them's name is Condor. Go fuck yourself.
Jesus.
He was a
Guy
pitcher.
when he's down.
Point. Anyways,
Have you missed us being as a group again?
Yeah, I was about to say, Baron, you sure you want to deal with this nonsense? 'Cause I miss it.
He was kick a guy when he's down. Jeez. I mean,
he should be used to being on his knees.
I haven't
Also, they pay the bills.
Don't trust me.
And I do have to say one thing on Condor's defense. It takes two trusting people to make a glory hole work.
Oh God!
Is there glory here?
I recently made the mistake of. Oh God! I recently made the mistake of kind of looking down the rabbit hole of furry cons.
No. Why?
I discovered the great disaster.
You mentioned A, disasters, B, furries. You haven't narrowed it down any.
and
The
then
2014 one where the hotel was, where despite
no.
the damage to the hotel didn't say shit about the damage. It was all the drug and other crap that happened.
There's a
I mean, in that particular episode, they drilled that. There's no confirmation, but I wouldn't be surprised. That supposedly bathrooms, so they had glory holes.
those would be furry holes.
Yeah, was not mentioned. According to the guy who organized it, that was not mentioned. Not a single bit of the damage. He had to find out about the damage third hand because the hotel didn't even bring it up.
Well, you don't want
what
it
he listed off
firsthand.
was 1,000 used cans of Narcan. Bottles. Bottles of alcohol everywhere.
Your Honor, I seek glory.
And there
That's
was,
all right. Did you see the one above it?
You have to do it.
Did you see the one above it, Bruce?
Yeah. Around. That's enough internet for today.
and there was not physical, and there was not physical sexual assault of a minor, but there was a guy running around with a butt plug, and there was children in the hotel. And
Was he
that was
dressed up like
accordingly
Green Arrow?
the three tamest things on that list.
Yeah.
I mean, I got nothing. That's not true. That's not true. Just give me a minute. I gotta make sure it all works correctly.
Tell him about the per capita. I'm getting to it.
There you go, Connell.
Oh my god! There was a furry comedian back in the mid 2000s. I always thought was fairly hilarious. To the Raven Griffin, I think his name was. But I had to explain to my mom what furry was at age 39. Your brother made a furry joke. Yeah, and what's a furry? I'm like, go ask him. But I'm asking you. Yeah, there's not enough counseling or confession. I'll get my head around this one.
Condors.
There's not enough Hail Marys. I can say.
Hell, I thought the world was going to end when we got a pope that was from Chicago. I'm like, wait, what?
The Pope is Chicago. That's just wrong.
I lost that bet. Where do you think the next pope's going to be? I'm like, well, not from America. Chicago, Illinois.
Sorry.
The Pope.
We're still waiting for American men.
Well, the thing is that he's supposedly the last one.
Maybe, I don't know. The problems with that thought is you got to look at the source. They're either high on something, or you're channeling something, quoting Dresden here, that has 1 foot on one side, 1 foot on the other, not exactly knowing what's going to happen when. It's more of a guessing game than anything else. Plus, I think I don't know. I like being Catholic. It gives me something to do on Sundays.
So I just discovered something on YouTube.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, it's.
I'm ready for this.
What do you think of the third John Wick movie?
Oh, it's all right.
I haven't seen any of them.
What do you think of the movie Brotherhood of the Wolf?
One of my favorites.
I love that movie.
French version, not the American version.
Seriously.
Which one?
So Mark Dacascos.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy right here. He's in a movie, actually a TV series.
Iron Chefs of America. He's in that too.
He's
in The Crow. Stairway to Heaven.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I'm just going to post the link for the first episode in the playlist. But there's 22 episodes, and he plays Eric Draven.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
And you get a chance to watch him play through 22 episodes of The Crow. And it seems to be like that franchise just exists to destroy careers. I don't know what happens. I don't get it. But The Crow, if you're going to be on The Crow anything, just expect your life to be filled with a lot of periods of unemployment and sadness.
I have a counter argument to that because the last Crow that came out wasn't great, but the guy who played the actual last Crow movie that came out was. If I had to tell you which order to watch them, maybe the first one, second one, the last one that came out, and just ignore the one with Angel and there was just two that were absolutely horrible. Well, they're all horrible, but just depends on how horrible they are. The first one, the second one, skip the third one that had the not Kevin Bacon, but the other guy from Tremors.
Okay.
The fourth one had Angel and the kid from Terminator 2, which that one fucking just was pure dollar store trash. Then you have the last one. And the last one, the guy who played the Crow, he's actually fucking blowing it out in Hollywood right now. He just did, he came back as Pennywise on HBO, Welcome to Derry, and that was fucking great. I don't think
I've heard mixed things about that.
Well, I think how should I put this? Everybody makes mistakes. I got married by my beautiful daughter. Was it the French dude playing the Crow from Auto Shop? Auto Shop. I don't know that one.
Which French dude? There's like three dudes. shot.
He was a French guy. The guy who played the Crow was in the last John Wick as the main bad guy.
I'd be cool with
I
that.
don't know bio. I don't know.
He was the Marquis. He played Pennywise in the last two It movies, which he did great with. He was in a TV show called Hemlock.
The scars are.
Yeah, well, his family, everything his family does, tends to do well, except for Tarzan. But
You can't be perfect.
Yeah, well, Tarzan's kind of a limited thing. You can only get like one or two good movies out of something like that, and it starts kind of becoming redundant because it's just a wild man living in the jungle.
The best Tarzan movie is with Christopher
Unless you start
Lambert.
adding ridiculous elements like Disney did, anyway.
It's Disney. Like I said, the best Tarzan movie is the Lord of Greystone with Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
Because of that movie, I forgive him for Highlander 2 and 3.
Hey, Highlander 3, interestingly enough, I can bear Highlander 3. Highlander 2, just if that was a separate movie, it'd be fine. Attaching it to the Highlander series is like attaching the current Metroid Prime to the Metroid Prime series. It's just, no, it's not Metroid Prime.
I like the TV series. I thought TV series was functioning enough.
It was fun.
For which one?
TV series, Highlander TV series. The way I'd watch the movies would be the first one, skip 2 to 3, watch the TV series, jump back up on Endgame, and that's the end of the Highlander series. Movies and movies and shows.
See, I would, if you're just going to look at it that way, then I would just stop it. Then we just had Highlander. The Highlander TV series, once again, make it its own thing. You're good.
Well, kind of was its own thing.
Yeah, just don't hitch the word Highlander to it. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's definitely
other than the fact the only way to kill somebody was to take their head off, it was almost a totally different series.
Saw in theater even more bad. Wait, no.
I mean, I will have to admit,
the source was just pure shit.
Yeah. I'll admit, I kind of liked how the Highlander series, the movie TV series, ended. It was a little bit comic booky, where you have to let the bad guy live to prove how strong you are. But overall, I think that could have been a little bit betterly handled. But I get their point. Though with that said, I wouldn't know actually how to write that better. I just feel someone who could write it better should have.
I saw an RPG book for the Highlander. I'm like, so is this just one great big P versus a PvP? How is this one?
That would be pretty much all it could be.
I saw one for like RPG
for
Doctor Who. I'm like, so is it one-time lord per session? I mean,
well, here's the thing. Depending on what era you're in. Don't forget, before a certain era, there were multiple Time Lords. It's just the fact you're only following one. And
then the Doctor Who, when you have
the TARDIS was meant
you do
by up to 6 people. Sorry.
In that game, you only have one Time Lord, but you also have characters available for unit, for all the different factions also. So you could have
so you didn't have
the
to
menagerie.
play a human.
Well, they have it for. They also have one
Okay.
for where you can play a companion too. But
Well, no, so you didn't have to play a human. Is what I was saying.
correct.
Because I will say this in Doctor Who, especially humans are ultra nerfed, and the only thing that keeps them alive is our straight up fight or flight, and our ability to adapt. I don't know if that translates to the game, but that's what I see in the show.
Run.
No,
Yeah.
that show has taught me don't go to Britain on Christmas.
No, you go in October like I did.
Yes.
I have to do a. I got two kids' birthdays.
You know,
I'm working here soon. One is a Harry Potter theme one, which I kind of figured out. There's a few minor hiccups. No kid's going to want to sit down and actually eat.
Well, ultimately, Harry Potter's pretty easily. All you really need is cool-looking wands, robes, and platform 9 3/4.
It's a little bit more than that, but thanks for playing the game. And I have a Ghostbuster one I have to do.
Well, you're also talking to someone who's used to $50 birthdays. And I'm not talking about $50 back when you were a kid. $50 nowadays, so like $20 back when you were a kid.
No, I already got the budget for this birthday, and it's a great deal more than $50.
I mean, if for the Harry Potter one, you can go online. They've got a bunch of different recipes. You know, you can make the butter beer and all that.
Oh yeah, I have my own. I have a recipe. Yes.
Oh, you have your own recipe for butterbeer?
Yeah. Technically, it's
I would
historically
love to
accurate
hear a
drink.
professional chef's recipe for butterbeer.
Say that again.
I'm sorry, what?
I didn't
I said
say.
I would
I
love to
didn't-
since you're a professional chef. I would love to hear your recipe for butterbeer.
Not that hard. A&W cream
Well,
soda.
I've found like a bunch of different recipes. They're usually pretty similar, but
Well, here's
I
mine.
always
if you
figured they
want
were
to hear
made by
it.
someone who just like was a fan. I'm sorry, I'll stop talking.
No, you won't, but you'll try. My easiest version of it is A&W cream soda, butterscotch syrup, and whipped cream.
Huh.
That is,
That's-
you're looking at maybe $10 for a Halloween drink.
Well, the difference I usually see is they add ice cream. You're supposed to kind of like put it in a blender, but other than that, yeah,
That
you pretty much
would
do what
make
everybody else does.
that a milkshake, not a drink. Well, milkshake is a drink.
Fair enough, but
I mean, if you want to make a root beer float and say it's butterbeer, more power to you.
well, yeah, it's. I get what I totally get what you're saying. I mean, as someone who does at least bake, I know there's a lot of different terms. I don't know all the cooking terms, but I know there's like a term for everything. So you have to kind of be careful if you want to be termly correct. And I do try that because I do. I am, as someone who likes to write game books, terminology is very important.
Oh yeah. There is actually historically butterbeer is actually a thing. It's like ale,
Oh, I don't doubt
butter,
it.
real butter, and a few other things. So it's a real drink. I'm not going to make pumpkin
Oh, I
juice
wouldn't mind
because
trying it
no
at
one's
some
going to drink it.
Paul, I'm sorry, what?
Pumpkin juice.
Oh,
Have you
I
ever-
heard polyjuice. It's like, what are you doing drinking shape-shifting potion?
Although I might have an idea for that, how to make that a drink. Anyways,
Polyjuice potion?
whatever they fucking called in the book. Anyways, but yeah, no.
You realize that's described as tasting like goblin piss, right?
I understand that, but like with most things, when somebody says
I
this
get
tastes-
the joke. I'm just warning you. It has a connotation.
right,
To it.
no, I get that, but anytime somebody says this tastes like shit or piss, I always question their point of reference.
Yeah,
I
I
used
know.
to
My
like you for breakfast.
I said that one time. Like I shouldn't have said it because I said it about my mother's cooking as a little kid. I didn't really understand what I was saying. But my father just chewed me out one time for saying this tastes like shit. He just like, did you go out and eat in the sewage? Did you go to the sewage tank and just pull fist? Like, he was pissed, and he just kept emphasizing, "Do you know what shit tastes like?" So technically, no, I don't know what shit tastes like. I know what dog food tastes like. I actually got $25 when a friend of the family, the same one who took me to that buffet, said, "I'll bet you $25 you won't eat a spoonful of dog food out of that can." Out hesitation, I picked up a spoon and scooped it. It's like, it's dog food. It's literally not going to hurt me in any fashion. If anything, it's healthier than the crap we eat.
Well, dog food's been human approved since depression, so is cat food. I
Yeah.
just wouldn't
Well,
recommend eating it.
some brands add a flavorant that makes it food intolerable for human to taste wise, not digestion, but taste wise, and others don't.
At the
This
end
stuff
of the
tasted
day,
pretty bland, so I would say it was just didn't add it. Like most cat food brands add some sort of flavorant that humans do not like the taste at all. I thought that was diabolical because they did it after finding out a lot of old people were buying cat food specifically because it had high nutrition to protein value compared to even dog food, because dogs can be omnivorous. They need meat long term, but they can survive short term off vegetables. Cats are omnivore carnivores. They have to eat. They can fill their stomachs with grass, but it ain't gonna do shit. That reminds me, there is a story I read online. Some woman got a kitten. Great. She was vegan and she fed the cat an all vegan diet. Needless to say, the cat ended up having the problems you would expect. Eventually took it to the vet. Vet asked what the cat was eating. She told male, female. The vet never gave the cat back. Because as far as the vet was concerned, and told it to the person, and the person said the vet was wrong. Hence the reason why the vet never got the cat back. Tried to explain to this damn lady that cats are omnivore carnivores. And the article literally says the woman, because it was from the woman's point of view, I might add, she felt that the veterinarian stole her cat because she wouldn't feed the cat meat, because she will never have meat, nor will she ever touch meat.
well, to each their own craziness.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I can understand kind of going at least vegetarian, but vegan. I have actually seen like not woke studies, like you have to be careful to look for those ones, but actual genuine studies that suggest going vegetarian. It's doable, but kind of hard. Going true vegan actually not only has detriment on your physical health, it can have a detriment on your mental health. The studies kind of heavily suggest because you're not taking in a meat-based paste of protein, your brain is literally being starved for the types of nutrients it genuinely needs.
That makes sense.
You can
Bubbles.
sustain the body with plant-based protein, but you can't sustain the brain with plant-based protein. That's what these studies suggest.
Speaking of Condor and not having much brain use.
Sorry if I'm speaking a little slurred. I got some alcohol.
Oh, that's the problem. Some alcohol. And what are you drinking?
It always was.
Are we going to expect to see posters
Buzz
of
bombs?
you next to? Are we going to see posters of you saying, "Don't let this guy 100 feet from a school drinking problem"?
Oh dear God! I'm the closest school I would. By the time I fucking walk my fat ass there, it'd be morning. I'm too lazy for that. Besides,
think of it.
I already feel like a creeper when the guy's sitting in the passenger seat when my mother goes to pick a few. I couldn't possibly go anywhere near a school without feeling like a fucking pervert.
At this juncture of the day, boss, you be a pervert.
I don't get it.
That's all right. It'll sink in. So what have you been doing with yourself, Aaron?
Not shit. Working. That's about it.
Well, unless your camera might be flooding you out, but other than your skin color, but given how active you look, it might be your camera flooding you out. You actually look pretty healthy. I mean, even for a ginger, you look really like pale, but I'm pretty sure that's the lighting.
You know that creeper comment you made the other few minutes ago? Just dial that back 6 or 7 notches.
Who, me?
Yes. I saw there was a rare Baron sighting a while ago. I saw Baron at my daughter's graduation. Technically, he saw me first. And my daughter, I think my daughter dyes her hair swamp ass green. So she's easy to pick out. Baron and Bruce are like, remember seeing my child, itty bitty, and now she's.
Yeah. Because I even made the comment to her. I was like, I remember when I was able to hold you.
Big enough to take on a sumo wrestler.
Oh no, she's healthy.
I realized what it said after it came. Oh crap! I'm reconnecting.
It's all right. We understand.
I genuinely meant it as she takes after her father as a boxer. I should not have said sumo wrestler. I should have said boxer. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fair enough. No, I'll take that. But she's feisty. She's as I tell her, she's tiny but fierce.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's I haven't seen her in years. I used to know a chick whose daughter was definitely into fighting, so she was thinking about putting her into some sort of women's wrestling or boxing. Though to do that properly, she would have had to move because we definitely don't have that kind of program here.
How should I put this? I'm just sitting there rambling, thinking if I could somehow get a hold of Make-A-Wish and use it for myself. It's between Morgan. What's her name? Help me out, Baron. You watch pro wrestling still, don't you?
There's no Morgan that's wrestling there.
Ripley or
Rhea Ripley?
Ripley or the blonde. I can't think of the fucking blonde.
Oh, Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan. I was right. There was a Morgan. Well, if my daughter got a TikTok channel, I would have to buy a fucking temple massive and name a mouse.
Do not let her get TikTok channel. No, I've been looking. I've been researching this. TikTok will destroy her mind. TikTok is full. No. TikTok there is one thing worse than TikTok, but I forgot what it is. Has almost no equal when it comes to the brain rot of the women on that fucking place. They will start telling your daughter things like, "Do not accept a man who is under 6 foot, blah blah blah." I mean, do you know those rumors that you hear about them? They're not fake. I've been finding
wait. That logic.
She'll
I
head
should not like.
anyone for showing that kind of shit.
Yes, Sky.
It's past 1 for me. I have a flea market in 5 hours to go to
Oh,
run.
you going to the mall?
Yeah. I have a table there, and we're gonna be selling stuff. So
Oh, I might have to go to the mall tomorrow.
yes, well, I need to be up in approximately 4.5 hours to get everything ready to go, and so I'm gonna bow out now. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All
Have
right,
fun with the crazy people at the mall.
they're
I'll
all
allow it this
I'm
time.
fine. Oh, I might be. Oh, Kai. If Bruce
Yes.
says it's okay, I'm going to be sending you a little short adventure I made to see what your opinion is.
I will attempt to be literate and read it.
Yeah, I have no real
Well, it doesn't have
problem.
to be gone to right away because it's more something I'm curious about, and Bruce may or may not run it. He hasn't told me if he's going to or not because I want to send it to you so you have a chance to look at it. But if he's not going to run it, it's going to be put open on Discord.
All righty. I will do what I can. It was great
Good night.
talking to everyone, and if we do ever try to get this thing back to rolling again as a group again, cool. If you leave me out, that's I'll be sad, but it'll be okay. And I'll chat with you all later. Until then, enjoy your nights.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
You will.
I will.
There, I'm not as washed out now.
No, you just look like you're.
I kind of like the blue. It made you look like you're ready for surgery.
No, that was actually purple.
Oh, really?
So are
Yeah,
you guys ready to end this? Because it's been about 4 hours
This is
almost.
good.
Yeah.